Hi there. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and today is Friday. It's Friday evening, May 17th, 2019. So, let's do some art. Let's do some art. Hi, everybody. Hi, Laura. Welcome. Come. It's Friday. It's been a long week for me, and it's not over with. It's time to art. Hi, Giovanna. Hi, Janet. Hello, hello. Hello to everybody coming in. While folks are coming in, I like to work on my angel book. I have 20 pairs of Dollar Tree glasses that I keep just in case I need an extra pair of glasses because I don't know where I put the last pair. Let's zoom out one so you can see what I'm doing here. Oops, I didn't set my camera, did I? I need to set my camera. Come on. It takes a while for my camera set to open. I don't know why. Come on. Get the message. Turn autofocus off. Okay, we should be just about right there. Hello to everybody who's come in. Hi, Jerry, and good evening. Hi, Mitzi. Hi, Holly. Janet's here. Aunt Beck is here. Hi, Aunt Beck. Laura, Giovanna, Janet, Mitzi. Oh. Susan. Hi, Susan. Welcome. I think I got everybody. And Nancy just came in. Artsy Wannabe Nancy. Holly Dalton. Hi, Holly. Journey. Hi, Journey. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. Let me get into my live chat here. Okie dokie. While folks are coming in, I like to do reverse collage in my angel book. We are getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. Lots of gold reverse collage done on these pages. So today, I'm going to do this one. And I put a diaper on the little cherub because I don't want to get demonetized. I doubt that YouTube would demonetize me for that, but hey, no nudity allowed. Oh, dear me. It's Friday. I'm kind of tired. I finished planting all my planters today, filling them with dirt, getting dirt from the car, the back end of my car to the planters. About 4 trips to the car with the wheelbarrow. And I planted till I ran out of plants. Today I had more dirt than planters. Then I attacked the plots out in the garden. Planted zinnias and hollyhocks and nasturtium and mint. Those mints, have you ever planted mint? The seeds are tiny, tiny, tiny little dots. And when you have a wet hand, well, I'm not sure those are going to come up. Larkspur, I planted some larkspur. But I planted zinnia mostly from last year. Oh my goodness. I told my brother that when you buy a package of zinnia seeds, you just get probably what's on my brush? Probably a teaspoonful of seed, and you pay $2.50 for it. Well, I saved my plants from my seed from last year, and I had almost a half-gallon ice cream container full of it. Now, what comes up, I don't know, but I said I must have $200 or $300 worth of seeds here. So we'll see what comes up. I think when you replant your zinnia seeds from last year, that a lot of them come up purple. I don't think that they come up with all the pretty colors again, but we'll see. I like purple flowers. There we go. So I just have a little bit of planting left to do. Now it's just mostly watering and feeding and weeding. I need to go out and feed some of them. Just make sure that there's enough nutrient in that soil for them. Okie dokie. That's done. I have to say, this lady reminds me of my mother. Honestly, if I got a picture of my mother and put it right beside this picture, they could be sisters. Who painted this? Cherubs. I can't see it. Oh, it's over here. No wonder. William Bouguereau. Innocence, it's called. Oil and on canvas. Huh. Reminds me of my mother. Okie dokie. I have some happy mail. One package came from AnnieV. And AnnieV, look. All my packages from AnnieV always arrive damaged. I don't know why. Maybe it's the part of the country that they come from. But that almost looks like somebody tried to peek in there or it got caught on something. I don't know. And then I got a package from Arlene. So let's see what's in here. But let's chat. Hi, Christy. Welcome. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome, Cheryl. Isn't she pretty, Giovanna? Mary, how's that skinny book coming? The skinny book is done, Jerry. Do you want to see it? The skinny journal? I finished it. That day. I did a 5-hour stream that day. Let me reach over and get it now that Jerry's in here. Yeah, I did a journal in the morning that morning. It's up. I put it up with my little mini journals here somewhere. Uh-oh, where did I put it? Oh, yeah, I put it up here. Are you talking about this one, Jerry? Let me squeeze back in here. It's warm in here tonight. You'll probably hear me fanning myself with a cornflake box because it's really warm in here. I think I'm going to have to get the fan out. Hi, Mary Hill. Welcome. Journey's in the house. Yes, it was inspired by the Somerset magazine that you showed in your vlog. It's the most recent Somerset. They're going quarterly now. That's why it's $15 now. But I like what they've done to their magazine when they put that inspired play section. Hi, Joan. Welcome. Who else snuck in here? Mary Hill, Jerry, Giovanna, Christy, Mary Hill, Cheryl, Janet, Jerry, Journey, Holly. I think I said hello to everybody. Your porch flowers are so pretty. Did you plant plants or seeds? Both. Both seeds and plants. Most of my plants on the porch are plants, were planted from plants. I planted seeds, zinnia seeds, and hollyhock and larkspur, and all of that out in the garden plot. We'll see how they come up. And then I took one of those larger flower pots. They're big 10-gallon, I guess, 10 or 15-gallon flower pots. And I put herbs in them, plants, and then I also planted some seeds around there. I still have some baby breath to plant. Baby's breath. I've planted that before and it came out really good, but it's been a long time. That's art, not nudity, Holly says. Well, I still gave my cherub a diaper, Holly. Hi, Kathy O'Neill. I knew somebody snuck in on me. Kathy O'Neill snuck in. Hi, Kathy. Aunt Beck is here. Mitzi. Susan. Cordes, C-O-R-D-E-S. Welcome, Susan. All righty. I want to put my seedlings out, but I'm afraid the weather's been crazy here. You're just going to have to introduce them to the crazy weather. Okay, since Jerry wanted to see the skinny journal, let's see, do I have the magazine available here? I think it's out in the other room. No, it's right here. Let me reach for it. Reach for it, Mary. Oh, I spilled some stuff. We'll pick it up later. Somerset Studio. This is the most recent issue. Display May, June, and July of 2019. I really like what they've done to this magazine. I was showing this the other day. They put some playtime. Let's show the one that I was showing. Some playtime. Here's one. They give an article. Like this is like a journal that was done on the theme circus. And they have an article about it, you know, the same as all the others that they do. But here they have an invitation to play. And then they give you some prompts and you use those prompts to play. And they've got 3 or 4 different prompt invitations to play. And I think that's such a great idea in a magazine. But I played the other day with this article. The other morning, I guess it was Tuesday morning. I was on for 5 hours. It's called On the Narrow, a Slim Art Journal. And the person who did this, Jerry, was inspired by a book spine. And I immediately thought of you because you and Rosemary, all of your books. And this actually is a book spine here. And then I believe she cut cards. I didn't read to see what she made these out of. But I noticed in your blog, when you looked at these, you said, oh, there are no little sprockets. Well, that's because I got these in the Happy Mail. And they were cut from, I imagine, a mixed media journal or a sketching journal. Whoever did that cut the journal down, and these were the cutoffs. And it has sprockets here that I called this my Fast and Furious online binding. But it works. And then I had gotten this little bracelet with these charms. It's a Disney thing on the free library table. And I said, oh, charms, I'll use them in my art journaling. They were sitting there. In fact, they were sitting there for a couple weeks. And I thought, nobody wants it. I'm going to take them home. So let me get this undone. It's just a little bracelet type thing. Cut my fingernails too. There we go. And I have 12 pages front and back. And I was doing this the other morning in the live stream. And this is the front. And this was off of a pattern paper. Can you guys see? Yeah, if I zoom in anymore, you won't be able to see the entire journal. Maybe if I hold it a little closer up. This was pattern paper. And behind that is those fabric strips that Rosemary Morris was making fabric washi tape. And somebody suggested that we get Duck Brand double-sided carpet tape. And so I did that because I couldn't afford what Rosemary was using. And I think Rosemary actually changed brand of tape too, but I won't say which it is because I don't remember. But I just went through and I used Jerry's old newspapers that she sent, the 1902 newspapers. That's what's behind here. And then 1, 2, 3 numbers were also because the inspiration article used numbers. I put numbers. This came from washi tape that Mitzi sent me. And here's a seed packet. And this is part of that newspaper. And I just went through and I did this whole thing, this entire collage things right off of my desk. Scrap paper. Here's a little bunny that I carved earlier in the year around, or was that last year? Don't even remember. It was on an envelope. Here's some scrap punches. These are the buttons. I punched out black buttons for my tube art journal. And here's a stamp off of some kids. That stamp, I was testing it. So you just go through. This came out of a magazine. That was the label on the washi tape. The bigger, larger number 9 was the label on the back of it. And I just collaged it down. And it's really kind of like a collage journal. It was a place to put all these little bits and pieces. But it was so fun to do because it's kind of like a mixed media thing. Here's some of that Tim Holtz fabric washi tape again. I really like that. 17. Today's the 17th, by the way. And I buy these Tim Holtz paper dolls, but I really don't have a use for the bride and groom because, I really don't know anybody who's getting married, and I really don't want to send wedding cards as greeting cards. So I just put them in there. I put rebel attitude on here, and then on the back it says chilling like a villain. But it's a crown here, crown on a heart, chilling like a villain. The Scranton, I think the Scranton Republic, there's this headline off of that old paper that Jerry sent me, the old newspapers. Morning of August the 12th of 1902, it says right in here. I don't know, you can't read it, but fabric tape, scissors. This came out of the Needlecraft magazine. This was a piece of painted paper that Janet sent me. And I used strips of that in here. I'm not sure what that was. A girl on a bicycle. 890. My little bunny rabbit again. Just the same type of thing throughout the entire journal. Airplane, $10,000 in prizes. A windmill. 456. This was just a piece of scribble paper in here. Rotten to the core. This says rotten to the core. This was the label on the charms, the backing on the charms, the packaging. Here's some more Janet painted paper that Janet Baum, I think Janet Baum sent that to me when she sent me all that wallpaper. And I like this face. I like that face, so I put it in there. It looks like he's just looking over everything, like just peeking over the tall wall. And the old bicycles I was using as, packing tape transfers. So I had some scraps there, some mosaic that I was punching little circles out of. And here we are at the back. More washi tape and another part of the pattern piece here. So that was really fun to do. It took me, though, I would say a good maybe 4.5 hours to do all of this. I was really late into my stream, but I wanted to finish it. So it was a journal in a day. I probably won't do that too often. Let me clip this closed if I can. Come on, there. So there we go. Are you going to make one of these, Jerry? Little slim journals? All righty. That was a rabbit trail. How's it held together? Oh, I bound it. I'm sorry. Let me get it out again here. These strips have sprockets. Sprockets in the end here. because they came out of a mixed media book, you know, the little square sprockets. And I just did some stitching on it. I brought it through and I just, you know, I stitched here, and then I stitched in the center and brought it to the side. I mean, I just more or less did a wraparound stitching. I think the back is probably better than the front here because you can see the three. It goes this way, and this way, and then back this way. The front here, I kind of tied it off into a clump. But that's okay. It turns really nice. It's perforated here. I might have to go in and put some tape over the perforations. This was a perforated journal, art journal, so you could tear the pages out. But it makes it nice. It makes it flip nice. So I'm just hoping that it holds up. I won't be opening and closing it that much. And you were able to use them to bind it. I'm surprised it didn't rip. No, it didn't rip. It actually held together pretty good. You're very welcome, Jerry. Hi, Nina. Oh, I can't wait to see what you do, Jerry. Let's see. Jacqueline's in the house. Hi, Jacqueline and Journey and Giovanna and Cheryl. Those crazy tops. They were just sprockets. I don't think I have any paper out. I think I put it all away. In fact, I know I did because I need to clean up this room. But I had to get my planting done. Hi, Beth. Beth Schuler, welcome. Hello, Beth. We're going to be in the 80s and 90s, Cheryl said. Oh, it is so hot in here. I'm going to have to get the fan out. It's upstairs. Not tonight, but I can't live in this room without some air. It's killing me. Christy's here. Hi, Christy. Beth Schuler, Mary Hill, Aunt Beth, Giovanna. Thank you, Kathy. Jerry says she's afraid to put her seedlings out, but the weather's been crazy. You just have to kind of, for a while there, Jerry, because we had frost warnings like the second week of May, not too long ago. And I just put mine out the back step. And that day that we had frost warnings, I just brought them all in. But I put them all out now. If we get frost now, it's really going to be unusual because it's hot here. It was up in the 80s today, but it was a pretty day today. And Beck says, hello, everyone I missed. I'm punching out circles from the scraps on my table because, hey, circles come in handy. They sure do, Aunt Beck. I think it is sprockets. I think sprockets is the name for those little squares where the binding goes in. That's what I call them, sprockets. If it's not, it is now in Mary speak. Okay, let's see what, I was going to open Happy Mail. Let's open what I got from Arlene first. Arlene surprised me. Yes, she did. I had no idea Arlene was going to send me anything. And look, it looks like she sprayed the paper back here, kind of like a purple and an orange. Is that something I can save? And I did put masking tape over the addresses, but look at the postage these days. Honestly, postage is just sky high, and that's really not even this heavy of a package. They get you. They get you. I guess they have to pay their letter carriers a living wage. Let's see. I want to save the back, so I think I'll cut it along here. So Arlene, this is a thank you ahead of time. Thank you for thinking of me. I wasn't expecting anything from Arlene. Amy's thigh pad. Yummy. Looks like I got some Chinese food. Made with organic rice noodles. Let's see what Arlene put in here. Oh, I see some washi tape. Oh, look at this, washi tape. Thank you, Arlene. I can always use washi tape. Oh, look at. Are those little birds? Yes. Oh, little birds. Can you see the little birds on there? Oh, that's so cute. Little spring birds. Oh, I'll be using this in my art journal. I'll be using it in this journal. And then these look like maybe candles. Are they? Oh, no, they're anchors. They're anchors. The anchor part goes up here, and then the stem kind of is going off of that way. And this looks like just stripes and candy stripes. This reminds me of a peppermint candy. And some black and some yellow that says be happy, be happy, some be happy, and then some labels. Dream big, little one, and then there's a label, and dream big, little one, it says on there. Thank you, Arlene. I'll be using that. Let's see what she says here. Here's a little de-stash that you. Oh, here's a little de-stash. I hope that you can use some of these items. God bless you and happy crafting, Arlene. Well, yes, I can, and this will go right in my art journal because that's what I like to do with this now, the Happy Mail. And look, she sent me a doily. I could spray through that, couldn't I? And here's some, looks like deli paper that's been jelly printed on the back here. Isn't that pretty? And what does she have? Oh, I love how she packs these up. Here's some bling. Bling. And oh, look. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Little bits and pieces. Circles back. Circles. Circles. And some cameos. Oh, I love the cameos. And Becca's punching circles tonight. And this looks like a clipboard label thing and a little mirror piece, a square one, and a round one. Circles, Aunt Beck, circles. Because one can always use circles, Aunt Beck says. Oh, thank you. Some bling here. Oh, it's on a puzzle piece. Oh, look, this was a puzzle piece, and then she made this will go in my art journal. These will all eventually go in my art journal. In fact, I might just put them in like this. And here, this one, well, I like this because I think this says faith that can move mountains. Very cool. Very cool. And then this one is glued down because there must be something cool in it. Oh, little brads. I can always use brads. And these are colored ones too. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Arlene. Brads. I'll be using these. I love how you package these up. Such a creative idea. And then in here, oh, look at this. Oh, look. Oh, there's a butterfly, some bling. You unroll it and you get a little surprise every time you unroll it. Butterflies. Butterflies. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? And then it's got the little crochet edging. It's like a little surprise each time you unroll it. Oh, I like that, Arlene. How cute that is. What a neat idea. It makes it fun to do this. It just makes it fun. It's like little surprises. Thank you so much. And oh, there's more here. Oh my goodness. Well, let's put this with this. Oh, she sent me some, it looks like some purple ribbon here. And I'm not going to open it. It looks like purple ribbon. And in here are some punch outs. Looks like in the sand, a pail and a goggles and a house. Oh, look at that cute little house. And gold like a card and a music note. And what's in here? Chapter 1, What Faith Is. And these are book pages. Today's prayer of today. And oh, thank you. Your quick start prayer. That's what I need. I begin my journey today walking by faith and not by sight. Thank you, Arlene. How cool this is. And you are beautiful. I don't feel so beautiful some days. I didn't feel beautiful the other morning when my camera flipped on me instead of the yard. Oh, look, and see, I love this. See, isn't this cool? Look at what she's done here. Isn't that cool? That's what I like. This is going in my art journal, Arlene. Yes, ma'am, it is. And here's some more. And that's going right with your letter. I'm going to put all this together because I'll be making pages out of this. I'll do an Arlene page. Isn't that cool? Isn't this cool stuff? Cool school, Arlene. Thank you so much. And then well, I think I'll keep the birdie paper with this. And I'm going to put the other washi tape over in my little jar of washi tape over to the side. When I need some washi tape, I'll grab it. And let's... Oh, where'd my wastebasket? I made a table out of my wastebasket again. Let's do it this way. Put this in here. And I think I'm going to take this and put in here. Thank you so much, Arlene. That was so thoughtful of you. I love this. I love these type of things because they come from you. They come off of your desk. And I love it. I just love it. Let's see if I can just kind of make a meal out of this. There we go. I'll be using that. I got to have a drink of water. Okay. The other Happy Mail I got came from AnnieV. AnnieV. She has such a generous heart. This almost feels like it's been opened, Annie. I mean, that opened almost too easy. Interesting. That looks like there's things in there. Look, she sent a stencil. Oh, look, I can always use stencils. I'm going to put these in pockets in my art journals because I'm always needing stencils. Squares and flags. Looks like some clouds, arrows, and hearts. And these are days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Some borders and flourishes, times and a clock, an umbrella. Very cool. What else did she send me here? Oh, some wax thread. Oh, AnnieV. Bless your heart. She sent me some binding, some cording. I could see using this for closures, leather cording, leather lace. Wow, Annie. And wax thread. Look how this is waxed, too. Wow. That's a surprise, Annie. I wasn't expecting that. And some pretty washi tape, floral washi tape. Thank you, Annie. What else did she send me? Oh, look at. She sent. See, you guys listen to me. You listen. I gotta watch what I say. You listen to what I say. I was in that pokey tool. I gotta, and so what did Annie do? She sent me an all. Look at that. Oh, I love it, Annie. Thank you so much. Wow. This is staying out. This is staying out here. I'm gonna put it in my pen and pencil jar. And look at this postcard. This will go in my art journal. Dear Meri, years ago, I had a brainstorm and did at least 25 books using canvas and watercolor paper. Here's the rest of what I used. I think I may have 2 left. Enough is enough. The pointy tool is to make holes and to prevent wrist strain. Well, I can certainly use that. Thank you, Annie. Checked everywhere if watercolor brushes with a water reservoir. Nowhere to be seen. Yeah, the brushes. My own idea is that you have to keep a cap, and natural hair needs to be left in the open. Just a thought. Because I was asking AnnieV, because I'm in a quandary as to why watercolor brushes, and I don't have one handy here, why watercolor brushes. Now, this is the brush that I used to do the reverse collage, but just say that's a round watercolor brush. Why do they not make natural brushes or even artificial natural brushes? All the brushes that we have for watercolor brushes are made from nylon. And maybe that's because they think they're more durable when you're out and about. But you don't have that. Those nylon bristles do not give the same brush effect that a watercolor brush. And I'm talking, I don't know watercolor brushes, but I want a watercolor brush with natural bristles that has a water reservoir. And they're not to be found. They're just not to be found. There's watercolor brushes with a reservoir water, but they all have nylon bristles. Now, there are some brushes that are pre-filled with watercolor. I've seen some of those, but that's not the same thing as a watercolor brush. There you can buy watercolor brushes that have a little brush that's filled with watercolor. They sell them in sets. I see those, but that's not like buying an empty watercolor brush that you take out in the field with you and fill it with water. And that's what Annie's saying. She said she looked all over for it, and I was asking her why. And she says her own idea is that you have to keep a cap on, and the natural hair needs to be left open. Just a thought. Anyway, I love the bristle ones. Take care, AnnieV. This will go in my art journal, and I'm going to put the stencils in my art journal because I'm always, here's another stencil with the pretty flowers. Thank you, Annie. Thank you so much. And then she sent me some needles. Penelope will thank you for the needles. She claimed that, and some washi tape. I'm going to put that over in my jar of washi tape. And here's some embossing powder. I can always use embossing powder. And here's a watercolor brush she sent me. See, it has a nylon bristle. They're made from nylon. And you see it has, this is a Pentel. Thank you, Annie. I'll use this. I certainly will use this. In fact, while we're talking about watercolor, I'm not watching chat right now. While we're talking about watercolor, in our Zoom tomorrow, for those of you who are signed up for our Zoom, and if you're not signed up, check my description box below. There's a link to where you can go to sign up, and there's a link to the calendar. And if you sign up, be sure and look for a return confirmation, because you need to confirm. Now, that should be coming to your inbox, but if you don't see it in your inbox, check your junk mail. Check if you have any folder that it might go to, like Gmail has a promotions folder that they stick things in, and look in your trash folder. And if you still can't find it, do a mailbox search for the word Zoom, and maybe you can find it that way. We've had quite a few people, and Jerry, if you're still in here, I don't know if you're still here. We've had quite a few people, even yesterday, saying they can't find their confirmation. So if you're one of those, and you still want to come tomorrow, message me on Facebook at Meridel Abrams. There's my contact information is in the description box below too. And I will send you an invite. And I think you can message me without me being your friend. Sometimes people have sent me friend requests first without messaging me. And because I have a 2 miles long friend request, I don't check my friend requests very often because I don't trust Facebook. So just message me on Facebook, and I should see it even though we're not friends. I should, using Messenger. But tomorrow from 1 to 3, from 1 to 4 tomorrow, so we're doing an extra hour, Ian Jackson is going to be teaching a beginning watercolor class. Yeah, Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. It goes from 1 to 4. Yeah, if you're not getting it, and if you simply can't find your confirmation, let Jerry and I know so that we can get you signed up one way or the other. But you have to be able to get email from Jerry, because that's the only way we have to communicate with you right now. So Annie is sending me some violet and sapphire embossing powders. Thank you, Annie. And a water brush and another stencil. Loving these stencils. These are all going to go. Oh, look, there's a whole bunch of them. Oh, wow. Look at this. AnnieV. Look at this. Oh, these are going to go in a special pocket in my art journal that I can take from journal to journal, because I'm always looking for stencils. And finally, I put 2 of the ones that I use the most in my art journal in a little pocket, so that when we're doing a pick 10 or something, I can just grab them. That's where these are going. Thank you so much, AnnieV. There's still a couple more things in here. She filled it. I think that's it. More embossing powder. Seafoam white and charcoal and anthracite carbon. Very cool. AnnieV, thank you so much. You are so good to me. And everybody here is so good to me. I don't deserve you guys. Right now I'm putting this all right back in, except for the stencils in the card. Well, the water brush is going to go up over here too. And then I'll put it away when I put my things away tonight. You guys are too good to me. Waxed linen. Waxed linen. We were just talking about that the other day in the stream, in the zine, when they were tying their little pieces, the books in. I put mine in a pocket, so, and I stapled mine. I did mine the lazy way, but I'll be using that. And this will go into my journal. Let's open my journal because I have some checklists. I have a checklist, but before we do that, let me check chat because you guys are chatting away. Susan says, back. If you're out and about, you can use soft pastels to stencil with. Wet them a good bit and sponge on. They won't rub off when dry. You can just let the pastels air dry. What a cool idea, Susan. I'm going to have to try that. Very cool. Hey, Jerry, if you can give Meri a hug from me, okay? Oh, Jerry, are you telling? Oh, Jerry, are you telling them about your trip? Let's see. Sorry, Meri. Hi, Rhonda. My message is so choppy. I'm having messengers. The natural hair watercolor brushes are higher quality, made for professional watercoloring, if this made sense. Hi, Rhonda. Well, but even if it's not natural hair, if it's synthetic hair, like our craft, like I was showing this brush, it's not a natural hair brush. This is a craft brush, and these are synthetic bristles. But it gives a much different type of stroke than a nylon brush would. And now this is a flat brush. I would love to see a round watercolor brush that has a water reservoir like these watercolor brushes that I just put in here. Where did it go? Right here. See, this is a Pentel brush. I would love to see a brush something like this, maybe with a longer barrel to hold water, that has this type of a bristle to it. The watercolor brushes that you buy like this, all of them have nylon bristles. These are made out of nylon. Now I'm wondering, why can't they put a bristle in there like this, like our craft brushes? There has to be a reason why. And I understand the the really expensive watercolor brushes that are professional, made out of natural hairs. Yeah, they're way expensive. But thanks for explaining that, Rhonda. Let's see. Jerry's saying, I'm going to North Carolina in 2 weeks, and in September going to Denver, but also going to see Meri. Yes, Jerry and Brian are going to stop off in Nebraska. And Jerry, I did ask my brother, and he gave me 2 places, and I'll talk to you privately about that. So I just haven't had time to message you yet. We just talked at supper. So let's see. Hi, Nancy. Excuse me. I saw the SLEY. Hi, Nancy. Just found my confirmation for Zoomer in your spam trash. Yeah, be sure to check your spam and your it's really hard to, they just throw that stuff in folders sometimes. I found mine in a promotion folder. And on Gmail, it was a Gmail generated folder. I didn't create it. Yeah, Jerry's going to be traveling. Who's going to take care of your garden, Jerry? Rhonda says, hi, Journey and everyone. Welcome, Rhonda. Having problems getting a message out. Let's see. Violet's in the house. Hi, Violet. And we talked about Zoom. It's tomorrow. Ian Jackson's going to be teaching a beginning watercolor class from 1 to 3 Eastern time. And if you do have trouble, if you just can't find it, email or message Jerry or me. Our email addresses, I believe, are on the contact information on Jerry's website. And also my contact information is in the description box below. We'll send you a private invite, and then we'll work with you on getting you on the list. I so wish I could play along tomorrow, but I have to paint walls. Yeah, Aunt Beck, your house is going to be one beautiful house. I keep saying you and Scott are going to have to move back into that house. You just do what you have to do, Aunt Beck. We totally understand. I totally understand. Thanks, Barb. Hi, Barb. Welcome. Let's see. Hope you're getting some good food, Holly. Let's see. What is she getting here? My very first Happy Mail was from Becky. It was so exciting. Becky is so good with the Happy Mail stuff. She's pretty good gal. So I'm watching hard to type, Holly says. Can't hear a thing. Holly must be out eating. She's on her phone in a bar side of a restaurant trying to get an order to go. Violet says, husband and I don't celebrate the holidays much. Christmas, birthday, or anything. We get what we want when we want it, usually. I must say, when I get Happy Meal, it's like my birthday. Yeah. Ray is in the house. Hi, Ray. Hi, Miss Allie K. Welcome, Allie K. I'm way behind and saying hello to everybody, so I'm just trying to catch up. If there's anybody I missed, I say hello to you. Arlene? Is Arlene here? Or did you just say, way to go, Arlene, with the Happy Mail? All right, let's go down to the bottom. Violet says, Jerry, you're going to have so much fun and play. I hope you make some new friends there and network work. Wouldn't it be great if you could be the one that teaches the group too? Our life's journey is in the opposite direction. Yeah, you have to go where your life is leading you. But you're leaving behind a pretty good house for somebody, Beck. Ray is waving back. She's lurking. That's okay to lurk, Ray. Thanks for peeking in and saying hello. You're a little worried about that garden. What, do you have one of your daughters? Can they sneak over and water it for you? Let us know if you meet Officer Orville, Cheryl says. Jerry, what do you plan on seeing in North Carolina? Journey wants to know what you're going to see in North Carolina. I think she said she's going to a place called Topsoil, and I think she's going to take a class there. Asher, hi Asher, welcome. Jerry is going to Fibsville. Mary, I found some really nice water brushes at Hobby Lobby. Okay. Mary, Violet saw my vlog about my trips, so I spilled the beans. That's okay, Jerry. We're going to have to probably do a live when you get here so that somehow we'll have to do a live. We can talk about that later. Topsail, yeah. Topsail, North Carolina. I think she's going to take a class. All right, so there we go. Let's do some art. Well, actually, let's check my checklist. Oh, it's upside down. Look, here's everything I was going to do tonight. Well, I got open Happy Mail done. I got the reverse collage done. I announced the Zoom, and we talked about May 23rd. Beth Schuler, Jerry, and Mary are going to do a hangout on May 23rd from 1 to 3 Eastern time. It's a Thursday. And in June, later on in June, the following month, we're going to be doing a journal, a transparent, clear journal. And on the 23rd, we're just going to kind of introduce the project. And Jerry has sent Beth and I little kits of things to work with for this clear, transparent journal. And I haven't opened mine yet. So I'm going to open mine on the 23rd, and we're going to go through that so you can see what's in it. Now, Jerry is selling these kits on her Etsy shop, in her Etsy shop. And I'm sure that she'll drop a link. Can you drop a link, Jerry? Are you still in here? Or Janet can drop a link to Jerry's Etsy shop. And it's the clear transparent journal kit. There's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. She gives you a listing of everything that's in it in her Etsy shop. So if you're interested, we have a whole month between the 23rd and June. I think it's the last 2 Thursdays in June. I don't have the dates right with me. They're out in the other room. I think it's the 20th and 27th. I could check that, but we'll announce it later. We'll announce it when we do the hangout. But on the 23rd, we're going to do a hangout and then after I open my kit, and I'm going to show you everything in the kit. And Beth Schuler is going to teach a little project on what's in the kit, on a piece that she's given Jerry, Beth and I to play with. So thank you, Jerry, for the kits and for making those available to us. That's really cool. So, and you don't have to have the kit to come to the hangouts. You can use, if you want to play around along with us, there's alternate things that you can use. So, May 23rd, 1 to 3 Eastern time. So, check. So, I wanted to do, the other morning when I did my porch, my 5-minute JB5 Bright Ideas prompt from of course I won't be able to find it now that I want it. Here it is. In 5 minutes, this was a prompt for Society of Idea Collectors. Well, actually, it was a prompt that DeDe Willingham gave. In 5 minutes, write out as many ideas as you can think of. And I said, I'm going to make a mind map, new ideas. And I was saying that this is almost a JB5 thing because 5 minutes, it's just like do it in the time frame, but also it's thinking about it. So it's almost a contrast between mind mapping and the spontaneity of JB5s. So one of the things over here, number 5, after I went through my ideas, I'm not going to read them all off because I've done that before, but my number 5 idea, I got off onto this thing of big paper. What could I do with a huge sheet of paper? Now, DeDe, she draws, she calls them scrolls, and she'll get out this big roll of drawing paper, craft paper, and she'll draw huge things, drawings on them and sketched a beautiful work. Well, I don't want to mimic that. So I came up with, when you fussy cut, you have all this leftover stuff in your magazine that you usually just toss. You don't want it. So I'm going to use a harvested magazine and glue all that down and then cut it 11 by 17 for my art journal pages. So that was my big idea for that. And I want to go through one tonight really fast. If I can find my magazine. I should have it here. I should. I've got everything else. But of course I don't. Well, let's just reach. Let me turn my chair around here and reach for a magazine. I should have a magazine here. You might hear a mountain fall. I'm just pulling from the bottom of the stack. I don't know what I'm getting. What am I getting? A Southern Living magazine. That wasn't the one I was going to use, but that's the one I'm using. I have no idea what's in it. I'm going to harvest this magazine really fast right here. Keep what I want. And I have this huge roll. Oh, reach. That was a stretch. This huge roll of pink Oh, my goodness. It's almost as wide as my desk. Let me move my paintbrushes. Let me move my pen and my little ink. And I put some stuff in that little jar. Let me move my water. Actually, I'm going to have my water hold down the page. And I don't need this gold paint anymore. All you see is white. That was just my, what was that? My cutting board, I think. Put my water glass there. Get my magazine out from under. Come out, wherever you are. Craft-a-Lanch, I think you guys heard. Now, I'm going to tear this paper off because this is certainly 17 inches this way. I'm just going to tear it so I just about the size of my desk. There. Woo! Now, of course, I won't get all the pages on here, but I'll get enough. This is I'm following up on my Society of Idea Collector idea. I've just about demolished that glass of water. So let's just say I'm harvesting this. What do I want to keep? Oh, I think I want those kids, so I'll keep this. I don't want that. I'm not really interested in that. I've got several of these robot men. On the road, I think I'll keep that just for the words on the road. Don't really want the dog. Don't want that. Not really interested in her. Maybe I'll keep that big 7. I'm not really interested in that. Kind of smells yet. Southern road trip. Well, I might keep the road trip words. Join us in the Mississippi. No. Home and garden. Dream big and build smaller. I'll keep those words. That's kind of interesting. A passport to, you don't need a passport to escape. I think that's a shower head. I needed one of those this afternoon. Boy, I'll tell you, after I planted, I spent some time underneath of one of those. Cooled off. Ooh, isn't that a cute cottage? Wow. I like to look at the floor plans. Now, I love the little porch, but I would want a big wide porch. But I wouldn't want a 2-story. I'm past a 2-story. Those are pretty flowers, but no. Shades of summer. Make sure your home's exterior can stand up to them. I've got cats coming out of my ears now because I was collecting for Aunt Beth, but we'll take them anyway. We might need them again. Chairs. July 4th crafts. Looks like some spin wheels. Maybe I'll keep that just out of interest. And, oh, I love these dogs that shake their... Don't mess around. Don't mess around. Not for everyone. See, I like the journal spots, too. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Shady lady. Isn't that pretty? Plant stand. Flea and tick protection, a country gardener. Rose of Sharon. That's pretty. Oh, summer road trips. Jerry, summer road trips. They're going to Texas and Texas. Oh, this is a neat picture. The Gulf, cruise the Gulf. I'm just taking it for the postcards. And drive the Delta. I might keep this just because it's an interesting picture. Shrimp and Grits Festival. Oh, look at this. Return of the Natives. Look at those cone flowers. Oh, we'll be keeping these. Down the river. Look at this house. Now see, look at, they got this sunroom with all those windows that open and you can get the breeze coming through there. Isn't that cool? Then we get into the food section, and I like food, but I really don't really tear those out. If you're missing ingredients, you're not going to miss macaroni and cheese. Most of these I don't keep. Walk your pizza. Cry like a baby. Eat like a grown-up. Cry like a baby. I like that. Muffin pan tomato tarts. Those look good. I might keep that. Kettle cooked. Actually, your ice cream shouldn't make you scream. Red, white, and berries. Southern Affairs. The point of a good knife. All right. See inside from anywhere. I might keep that journaling. So that's what I saved out of that magazine. Now, I'm not going to fussy cut all this. That's just I'll put it in a pile and go through it later when I'm sitting at my chair. But this is what I want to do. I want to take, and of course, I'm not going to have room for everything, but I'm going to collage, and maybe I'll get rid of some of the margins here. Just collage down here, things out of here that I think might be interesting on here. She might be interesting on here. Oh, steamboat. And then I'm going to put this aside and let it dry after I collage it down. And then I'll collage the back of it. And then I'll cut the pages up. And I'll use them to paint and draw on. Where was that cottage? I love that cottage. I love seeing the floor plan. So there's screen porches in the back. See, they don't show the back of it, but they got a great big long screen porch. And on the second floor, they have skylights above the screen porch. They got a family room and a living room and a dining room and a foyer, the master bedroom. The kitchen's over on this side, the kitchen and pantry and everything. And they've got a deck and a huge big screen porch. All the bedrooms are upstairs. 3 bedrooms upstairs and a future playroom. But I imagine if I had this, I'd have the master bedroom and the screen porch and a deck in the dining room. But I would probably I'd probably make my family room I'd probably make that my studio. Or I might even make the living room my studio, make the dining room a small living room, or the family room a small living room. The dining room's kind of weird because it's not really connected to the kitchen. Dining room should be connected to the kitchen. I like to look at the floor plans. Beautiful moments. Let's say this. Oh, let's say this. Let's say that. Beautiful moments, let them in. That'll be there. I'm just going to tear out for the collage now. Maybe I'll put this dog on there. And I'm just tearing. Do we want to join us in Nashville? I don't know if I want her or not. Maybe this Texas stuff. Now you do this to your own taste if you do this. I mean, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. This will probably go in my art journal. I don't know if I want that. I might save this lady. I might save that. There's the dining room. Here's the master bedroom. Do I want any food? I'm not so much on food. I like this. I'll save the L. Watch your pizza. And I'll save this. That cow's up on top of the ice cream. All right. So I still have stuff to throw away, but I might use it on the reverse side. Let's see what I've got here. I'm going to start collaging real fast. Yes, I am. Get all these stencils out of the way. I was going to put those in my art journal. What else do I have under there? Nothing. I was going to put those in my art journal. And I'm just tearing. I'm tearing because I can tear. Different spots in here. I think I'm going to start collaging down now. Let's see. I want to... I am so thirsty. It's hot in this room. We had hot dogs for supper. Those made me thirsty. Now, I have no idea because I'll probably paint over some of these things. Who knows what these pages will look like in the end. And I'm just doing this really fast. I might have to go back in and glue down. Consider this a JB5 thing. Consider this a JB5, a down and dirty JB5 thing. Let me put that on the bottom here. I like this cow, though. The cow on top of the ice cream. Oh, dear me. We got the steamboat going here. Let's see. I think I'll tear that a little more. Put the ice cream on top of the steamboat. And I like the word scream. Make you scream. I like that. I might put that someplace. That might be an inspiration to some page that I do later. Let's just kind of save that out. I like this lady. When making by hand means making a mess, your hands could use a hand. I kind of like that. These are kind of some journaling inspirations. I'll save that out, but I like this lady. I'm going to tear this way. And let's just put her right. And we don't need the rest of this. What's on the back? Baby swirled gelato cake. But I kind of like that. We'll save that. Let's put her up here. put her in there. And now this is all things that I didn't pick out when I was fussy cutting. How can I share these cookies on the World Wide Web if I can't see them? I don't know. I don't know why I tore that out. I guess I like the little elf. I don't see much sense in that. But I like it in that he's looking at the cookie box there. So we'll just put him in here someplace. Do I want to keep the cookies? Yeah. Who knows? They look like a big old bug to me. We'll save them out. Did I glue this down? I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just in my own world here. I'm not watching chat. I'm just in my world collaging. I'm in my world. I'm in my zone. I'm collaging down stuff. I'm collaging down stuff. Let's put those cookies right there. Let's see. It's missing ingredients you're not going to miss. It's missing ingredients. It's missing. You're not going to miss ingredients. Now, I don't want any of this. I kind of like that page just the way it is. I love the windows. I think I'm just going to put it in here. Now, I intend to paint over this and draw and collage. So whatever's going down on this may not be what it was intended to be at the very beginning. Because I might see shapes. I can already see a shape here. I see this shape right in here that calls my attention. That shape kind of goes, and the shape of the faucet. I see this as a shape. I don't know what those cookies are doing there. Let's put that there. I'm going to cover up the cookies. I didn't want those cookies anyway. That fits there better, upside down. Let's see. What else do I have? I may not have enough. I might have to go back and get more. Oh, let's put these flowers on there. I saved the dog, but I like the flowers. Oh, and we got the Texas here. That fits right there. I like these flowers. Let's tear this. I might save that. Let's put this down here. So this is my answer to a blank page. Well, that's kind of interesting. Where can I put that? Right in there. I like it like that too. Where's my brush? I like it like that. I don't like it like that. Bring it up here. That curve. That curve. Ooh, look at these flowers. These flowers are going on here. These flowers are going on here. Bring on the zinnias. Now, I'm not going to do the back side of this, but I think you're getting the idea of what I'm going to do. I may turn it over, though, and draw out the lines and cut them into, I didn't get that too good, cut them into 11 by 17 sheets before I collage on the back so that you can see what's on 11 by 17. And it might cut that lady down the center, who knows? Let's put these on. And I'm just really pouring this glue on fast. This is Society of Idea Collectors. DeDe Willingham's prompt from her museum journal was take 5 minutes and see what new ideas you can come up with. And I wanted to do, my new idea was to use big paper. How could I use this big paper? And my idea is to use it to make journal pages, use up the magazines that I've already harvested, and use the pages that I was going to throw away and just tear out of them and collage them down there. And then I can cut them the size of my journal pages, and then I will paint and draw over them. That's my idea. And I got this tape on my hands that, there. Let's see. Life is full of beautiful moments. That's why I saved this. I'm going to put it way down here. You can't see, but it's going down there. This paper's too big for my camera. What's on the back? I like the windows better. Let's just tear the windows here. Right like that. And put it like this. Put it like this. Oh, dear. What else do I have? I have the Texas map. And I'm just ripping fast. And I'm not seeing chat because my phone is covered up with magazine pages. This says, when making by hand means making a mess, your hands could use a hand. Where do I want to put that? Right here, I think. Let's hope it doesn't get cut off. I like it right there. And let's move my water jar now. I'll put it over here and hope that it doesn't cause any trouble. I'm going to keep the cottage plans. I like the floor layouts. And now I just have scraps. Scrap food or something. That's the little guy. Scrap. And I liked her. Let's tear her out. Let's put this up here. I might have to get a couple more pages. Bring on the zinnias. I gotta set my phone. I gotta set my phone down. I can't see you guys, so be good. Be good. Oh yeah, let's join us in Nashville. Now there's just some little scrappies. Let's do this up here. I glued that down. My floor plans go way up here. And my little elf, little Keebler. Oops, I dipped it in the water instead of the glue. He's looking at himself in a cell phone, I think, on the web or an iPad or something. Oh, Join Us in Nashville is going to go here. Well, I'm dipping it in the water, Mary. I'm just about done with this. And while I'm gluing this down, I'm still kind of thinking about it. I'm still kind of thinking. This is not a JB5, don't think. This is a JB5. I don't know if it is JB5 at all. This is a Society of Idea Collector. But I do like her. Just like that. Do I like this? No. Let's see. I think I want to tear off the margin here, though. And I'm going to get rid of the cookies. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I want to tear out the cookies. I'm taking her cookies away from her. And you know what? I think I'll put her upside down just for the fun of it. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of this part. I'm going to put her upside down because I might not even use her as a person. I might use the shape of her shoulder or the shape of her apron or the shape of her head. So I might just be looking at spaces rather than images. Now I need to fill out, let's bring on the zinnias down here. Right here maybe. Let's put it upside down too. Bring on the zinnia. Oops, I didn't put it upside down. Let's put it upside down. Let's put it over here. And I need just a little bit more here. So where's my magazine? Did I throw it? Did I throw it? No. Oh, I still have stuff in here. I got the gardener. I got all the food at the back. I'm not doing the food. If you guys want to do food, you can. I don't care for food images. I got those trees. How did I miss those trees? Got trees. I got a picture up here of the sky. Ooh, I got a guy. Oh, he's on the back of this girl jumping in the pool. I got a door, a blue door. That should be enough. Let's do the blue door. Where's my ruler? Did I put it over here too? Right here. Our door is always open. We're going to leave that on there. Our door is always open. But I think I'm going to put it upside down too. Let's do some upside down stuff. Let's put it right there. Now, I imagine, Jerry, I haven't been watching chat, but knowing Jerry, she's probably said goodnight to everybody. I have to laugh because she told me, now, Mary, don't stay up too late. You got a Zoom tomorrow. I overslept the last Zoom. I overslept, guys. And I said, Jerry, I'll set my alarm. I'll set my alarm. Saturdays are really my days, my downtime days. I'm going to put him in there. because I do the lives on Friday nights. And, you know, Saturdays are just days that I like to watch videos. I might watch a movie. Oh, look, I got her jumping in the pool. Let's put her in the pool here. I used her after all. You guys can't see. Right down in here, I'm putting her in the pool. That should be just about it. She's not getting collaged down very good because I'm off of the table. Okay, I'm going to call that done. There's a blank spot in there. Let's just tear a little something. I didn't use the tree. I'll use the tree on the other side. Let's, as much as I don't like food, let's tear this. I kind of like the cover of this book. I like the colors. Now, you're all probably saying to me, Mary, you should do something with just food. You should do something with just food. Oh, that's going to stick down with no brush. Glue brushing. Let's do the other one. We don't want to cover up his head, though. We'll put it in here. All right. Now, it's really wet. Ooey gooey and wet. I'm going to give it a quick dry with the heat gun. And maybe I'll watch some chat while I'm doing that. After I take a drink of water. I might have to stop and go get water. But not now. Let's see where I'm at in chat. I'm over on Jerry's channel. Oh, here I am. And Beck says, good night, Gigi. Good night, Gigi. Good night, Gigi. Good night, Gigi. Gigi's art addict. Can't wait to see what you do with this, Mary. Grandbaby tired me out today. I get it, Gigi. I get it. Let's use the heat gun and I'll try to catch up on chat. Linda McAllister. Linda McAllister. Welcome. You're in California? In Astoria. Wow, Linda. Woohoo! Just Doors, yeah. Just Doors would be a fun journal to do, but I'm planning on painting and drawing over these. You know, that would be fun to do. Just go through all those those magazines and pull out doors. I might do that back on another page. Scott stinks at vacations. After a day or two, he's ready to go home. Linda, it's so good to see you. How is it going? Tell us, update us on all your travels. Let us know what's going on with you. Let's see, what else are you guys talking about? Father's West Aunt Becca's bin is Nashville. The Grand Canyon is on her bucket list. Cheryl says, I love looking out of the plane window when I flew. Oh, yeah. One of my very first times on an airplane. We were up in the sky. We were flying. Everything was smooth. Everything was cool. Well, I had a window seat, and I looked out, and we were in the clouds. I mean, it was partly cloudy. And the sun was shining, and the sun, I found out later what it was. The sun made a shadow of the plane on the clouds. And I thought there was another plane coming through the clouds. I mean, it was just, I just glanced at it, and it scared me. I go, oh, you know, like, oh, no. You know, I didn't say that. I gulped really loud. There was a lady sitting next to me, and, of course, she looked at me. She said, are you all right? And I was so embarrassed because I realized right after I gulped loud that it was just the plane shadow scared me. It was the sun made a shadow of the airplane on the clouds. it scared me to death. Not to death, but it frightened me. That was my first. I'm just going to tear this. That was my first time on an airplane, and it scared me. Linda says the grass is far away and in all kinds of colors. It's so beautiful. Beth said she's just slapping it down. Yeah, Beth. Glad you are enjoying the U.S., Linda. We are curious about where you live. Grass looks greener on the other side. Meri is collaging from magazines. Yes, I am. This is a magazine. These images are pages that are left over from a magazine that I harvested from what I really wanted. And these are the leftovers. And look at the collage. Look at the collage. Now, what's really going to make it interesting now, let me move my water glass here, my water pail. What's really going to make it interesting is when I cut it up into 11 by 17 pages and then paint and draw over it. Because these images, I might leave the flowers and I might leave the house, I might leave a face, but it depends on what's going to be left on the pages here. But these are kind of my jumping off points. These are my inspiration for whatever pages that I'm going to be making from here. Let's finish looking at chat here. Linda, are you and Pim still having a good time? I sure hope so. We'll have to watch. Becky enjoyed your video, What's in Your Craft Room. I just watched a bit of that, Becky. I couldn't watch the whole thing, but that's pretty cool. She has everything all labeled and organized. Tanya was in the house. Yeah, Jerry said good night. I'm sitting here punching away and just thought how fun a table fodder swap would be. Yes. Meri, we cannot see. You cannot see what? Can you see, Cheryl? You want to go down? You want to go down a little bit more? Let's go down a little bit more so you can. You probably can't see everything I'm doing. That's about it. That's about as much as I can do. It's a huge, huge sheet. It's huge. And Linda came in the room. See some of you in Zoom tomorrow. Jerry left. Cheryl is crafting on. Craft well, Jerry. Good night. Jerry's going to bed. Meri, don't stay up too late. Azur had ice cream and she still feels hungry. Cheryl, can you see now? She says, Meri, we cannot see. I'm seeing everything fine. I don't know what. It's huge. It's covered my entire desktop. See, the green and yellow cornbread would be nice. Oh, yeah. I knew you guys would get mad at me for ignoring the food. I always thought cottages were very small. Yeah, I think they are. But some cottages are done, some buildings are done in a cottage style, but they're still quite large. They call them cottages. They're really mansions. Azur, I always thought those cottages in Southern Living were way too large to be a cottage, Aunt Beck says. Yeah, but isn't the, I think some buildings that they call cottages are actually large buildings, but they still call them cottages, maybe because they're a second home to some people. According to old Lori Marie, when you want colored underpants, don't look at words, just look at the colors on the page. Do you like that? Yeah, and I like to look at the colors, but I also like to look at the shapes. Like this curved shape just catches me right in here. The curved shape of that bedspread and the faucet, and there's kind of a curve here on this. Is probably about the only food. Well, I put a little food there with the ice cream, the cow. I got the words here, it's missing, and I had to put the flowers on there. Her yellow, the yellow of her shirt kind of pops out at me. But, you know, this might all be, let's go ahead and hopefully I won't spill this water. I'm going to set my phone. Well, let's go down and see if Linda talked to us some more. We loved our stay in the park, big boulders. Card Chick. Hi, Card Chick. Hey, Linda, I'm 30 minutes away from you right now. I live in Phelan and Joshua Tree Park. It's fabulous. Hi, Card Chick. Welcome. Susan Gerald says, if you live in a 15-bedroom house, those are cottages. Yeah, Cheryl. Cheryl. Susan. Hi, Holly. Hi, Susan, Card Chick says. We call them mansions. Yeah. Oh, that was earlier that you couldn't see? Okay. Yeah, I was scrolling back in chat, so. Card Chick 50 says, hello, Mary. I'm a newbie to this channel. I mostly lurk, but I'm a subscriber. Well, thank you for subscribing, and you're welcome to lurk. Thanks for coming in and chatting for a bit. Cheryl says, Linda, we'll have to see. Let's see. Linda says she posted pics on Instagram and Facebook. Okay, Linda. I haven't been out to Facebook lately. I need to go back. Okay, I pulled back a little. We are doing great. We love it here. Wow. But I'll bet you still love home. If you're like all the rest of us, it's a fun place to visit, but there's no place like home, right? All right. All right, I'm going to set my phone down again so that I can flip this paper over. And it's still a little gluey. I'm going to take this blue off, poster board off, because I kind of used that as background. So I'm going to flip this over. And not knowing what's on the other side, see, it's still kind of wet, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and just mark off on the back here, and it won't matter if I get it all messy. Let's see. If I do 17 this way and 11 this way, I'll just start marking off 11 inches here, because my pages will be 17 by 11. I'll probably get, maybe if I'm lucky, 3, probably only get 4 out of these, maybe even 2, because here's 11. I might have some left over for pockets and that. And here's another 11. Yeah, I'll probably only get 2 out of this, but that's okay. That's a big pages. 11 and 11. And I think I have, let's see, 18 to 10. I have 8 inches here. Those will make nice pockets. And I'm just going to cut this with the scissors. This is just having fun. I'm not worried about precision on this. Okay, let's just draw 17 inches down. 17 is here. It's hard for me to see that measurement way up there. So I'll only get 2 out of this. But it's just a fun way. And you know what? I should probably kind of even this off, sort of. Kind of, sort of. Here. It may not be perfect. And here. Oh, I probably went. That's 11. This is 11. Okay, okay, okay. This is 11. And let's go 17 here. It's hard for me to see that. Right about in there. Right about here. I made it 18. Oops. I made it 18 instead of 17. That's 17. That's 17. Man, am I thirsty? I think I got too much salt in my mouth today. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this and see what I have on the other side. See what I have left. You know what I feel like doing? I feel like doing my doodle game on these. I do feel, rather than doing my magazine pages, I think I'll do my doodle game on these. We'll never get through my list tonight. We'll never get through my list. That's just like my Happy Mail. I'll never get through the Happy Mail. Let's fold this in half here. Oops, I don't want to see it yet. I don't want to see it yet. I don't want to see it yet. I want to be surprised. I mean, you could do this and be very precise about it. As you can see, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm just having fun. Scream. I saved my scream. Make you scream. Oh. What do I have here? I want this folded here. I better just cut it. I better just cut it. I think I'm cutting my lady off. She'll be a pocket. My lady will be a pocket. Ooh, it's wet. I wasn't so sure about her anyway. There, she'll be a pocket maybe. Let's cut this. Let's fold it in half first, though. I don't want to look. You don't want to see it. I don't want to see it till I'm ready to flip it over. Then I'll start thinking about it. All right, let's get my phone back up here so I can see what you guys are. I got my transparency here. Let's see what you guys are saying to me. I wish we could go for 2 months. We will be gone most of 2 months in the fall if all goes planned. Cool, Tanya. But we're headed out for 3 months when we got in our wreck. Oh, we had a camper when we started out in one to buy a new one in Wyoming. Car riding for hours is boring, Cheryl said. Cheryl, why do I keep calling you Cheryl? Susan. Hi, Elise. Welcome. Tanya's in the house. Susan says, Beck, you have to be careful that you don't dehydrate. You know it until you are something. You don't know until you are. When my kiddo was 4, we took him on an 11-week road to Alaska and back. Elise is in the house, and now am I buffering for you? No, I just buffered a little. Humidity is up to 61%. It must be in here too. I'm just dripping with sweat. Journey had to say goodnight. I'm going to get Scott to uncover those window units. Yeah, you're tired of being sticky. I'm going to start crabbing at my brother to turn on the air conditioner here pretty soon. Journey said goodnight. Cheryl says they're getting thunder and lightning. There's no place like home. What's funny is people have called me Cheryl all my life, Susan says. You want to see it, Card Chick? Let me finish trimming. I want to see it too. I want to see it too. I'm getting pretty anxious to see the other side. Then I'll start thinking about it. But I think I'm going to do my doodle game on the back of it. Now, it's kind of sticky because it wasn't totally dry. There's that one. We'll show you the pocket side first. These will make nice pockets. I'll go ahead and do something with these. It could be a smaller page. I could make it a flip page in the center here. Let's do that. Let's do that. We'll just fold it in half. Oh, we'll put it this way. Put it this way and just cut. What do I have here? I didn't do such a great cutting job, did I? Yeah. Doesn't matter. This is just for fun. This is just play. There. They'll toss those. My poor wastebasket. All right, here we go. Here's the first one, which was actually the right-hand side of the paper. But if I do a flip page, you know, I could flip it like this. Might do that. Here's the cow. So these will be going, what these were vertically will now be horizontal. So my curve shape that I like so well, my other lady is, what happened to my other lady? She's over there someplace. Let's fold this in half. So, and what I see here is not so much a person, but I see the lines. And I see this yellow. I see the horizontals. And of course, my journaling, our door is always open, of course, is going sideways. Really, this should go like this, maybe. So this would make more sense. We would read it more like this. Join us in Nashville. And here's this. That I see this more. So let's see what I have here. Here's my lace. See, I lost that curve, which is okay, really. My cottage is cut in half. Let's see, I think I'll put this in here so that I'll have some white. I don't know what I did. Oh, was I still cutting there? What did I do there? I don't know what I did with cutting that. I was doing something. I got sidetracked and cut it. I'll have to mend it with some more collage probably. I'll have to mend this. All right, so this is going to go in here. So, scream. Make you scream. That's going to go right there. Let's do it right now. I'm going to get my water back up here before I tip it over with my chair. So the next step would be to paint on this and paint out things. But I'm not going to do that tonight because I think I've done enough on this tonight. What I want to do is my doodle game. I want to do my doodle game. I'm going to save this for a pocket. Let's see, my doodle. And you know what? I'm going to do the doodle game well, here and here, but these are wet. So let's put some wet paper in there so it doesn't stick as I draw. Let's put some wax paper there and there. And man, I'm thirsty. Put some here. Just so I don't, as I'm drawing, it doesn't get all messed up. And maybe in one of my morning streams, I'll get this out and paint it and draw over it. Kind of interesting to see it just like that. But I'm going to do my doodle game right in here. Let me put the lid on this glue. Linda is in the house. The world traveler. Are you getting along okay with your... oh, did she say goodbye? Oh, she's saying goodnight to Tanya. Oh, no, Linda has to go. I need to go to dinner. Have a nice evening, guys. See you soon. Probably on the other side of the planet. Bye from Pin and me. Well, she's probably gone, but Linda, have a nice rest of your vacation. So glad she dropped in tonight. All right, now I probably need to zoom in one. That's the end of my water. Yeah, that's it. I'll be drinking my, my glue water here. Yuck. All right, let's get these pencils back here so I don't knock them over. Everybody said goodnight to Linda. Have fun, Linda. Enjoy your trip. Have a good dinner. Good night, Tanya. Winding my wire this time. Hugs, Mary and everybody, Linda says. Good night, Linda and Pin. All right, let's go get the doodles. Know what that's all about. Let me get my doodles. And when I do that, I put them out on my community page. So, so you guys can, let me go back here. Hold it a minute. So you guys, if you want, you can follow along because it's kind of hard to see on the phone what I'm using for the doodle. So let me go post these on my community page here. I'm at Jerry's place. Community. Oh, and I did not post any art trivia. I got behind on my art trivia posts. Okay, we're on Doodle Game 16. And the very first link is the open access public domain, is a search to it, a link to a search for it. But we're still on, well, let's see, we're still on the strainer spoons, but I'm going to go down to the next one, which is a fragment of a cornice panel. And it is so cool. Let's zoom in. Let's see, I can go to my gallery too. Let me go to my gallery. Doodle Game 16. All right, I expanded them. Did I show these before? I don't think I did. Did I? I don't remember. I don't think I did. But this is a cornice. This is actual architectural. Let's go back to the Here, fragment of a cornice panel in the 10th century. This panel comes from the site of, and I can't even pronounce all those words. The excavators found this and other fragments broken and piled up in a room, so it was unclear where this particular panel had come from, although the curvature of the upper elements suggests that it came from a cornice decorating the top part of a wall. So it's just they found it in Iran, excavated in Iran. It's stucco, molded and applied and carved. Oops. Well, I got out of that, didn't I? Let's see. Let's go to this one. No, it's not showing it. Oh, there it comes. Isn't that cool? But now I know you cannot see this on the phone too well, especially when I'm doodling. Shall I? I need to zoom in some more here. Plus. All righty. Let's get my phone. I can't see too much of chat while I'm doing this. So I'm just going to pick. I think I like, what I really like is, let me go to my gallery. What I really like, do I have it expanded here? What I really like is this kind of the diamond shapes in there, but I like the leaves here too. So let's see, let's write Doodle Game 16. And this is May 17th, 2019. And for those of you who are new here, I saw some new people come in. If you're still here, when we do the Doodle game, what I do is I go out to the public domain library at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and I choose images for two reasons, because I like what I can pull off of them and study them, and it's kind of looking at art and art history. But I can doodle from them. So it's a doodle, but it's also art history. And it's kind of fun just to look at all the different public domain art that was done years and years and years ago. Yeah. I have to pick this up to do it. There. And look at the detail that they got in here. It's just so interesting to study it and to learn from it. So I'm going to pick, actually, I'm just going to start here. I'm just going to start doodling. Now, this is an architectural element, so it's going to be very concrete. Straight lines here. And although this is curved, these kind of the leafy things are really kind of straight, like it was made from concrete. Here, actually concrete being stucco. I think they said it was stucco. So it's very dimensional. And I'm drawing this leaf in here is where I'm at. And it's kind of fun just to play around with pulling images from the designs out there. And they're in the public domain. And of course, I kind of messed that up, but who cares? I'll bring it down here. And then I'll just put a line on that, and a line on this, and a line on that, just for the fun of it. And this looks like it has some holes in there, probably where it was attached to the wall, maybe. And then it has some lines in here. I'm going to color those in. And it's got one hiding down here and one here. And then it's got some lines going this way. We'll just give it some lines. And this doesn't have another line, but I'm going to give it one. And then around in here is all black. And I think I can do that with this pen. And the reason I'm using these Pen Plus Gear pens is they have a wider point. I like them when they're new. They're nice and juicy when they're new. But I use the wider point ones so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'd have to really zoom in if I used the fine point ones. And even though my leaf got a little crooked here, it still works. It still works. And I kind of added some of my own shapes in there, but I got inspired by that one. Now, since this is stucco, there's this wide part around it. Do I want to put something around it? I kind of like this black shape in there, these curvy shapes. And I really like this shape. Well, let's just do a thin, kind of like this. This is doodling. This is just playing. It doesn't have to even be a beautiful doodle. You know, it's just playing with what you're seeing. Now, it's all rough in here. It looks like maybe that it had been, you know, worn age off the wall. These were fragments. But I'm going to go ahead and put a line like this, I think. And then it comes down this way, and this actually comes down in here. I kind of like that, And I'm actually I'm just going to put some rough area in here, just for fun. Bring this down here. We're just going to call it that number 1. I'm going to call it a stucco leaf. It's kind of fun. And I really like this shape up here. It comes like this. It curves like this. And like this, almost like a vase. And it has a bottom to it. And then it has the outside shape kind of gets covered up by this other piece like that. But in here, we start seeing these diamond shapes. Let's put it here. Bring a diamond shape down here. Whoops. Kind of wanted to go curved on me. Let's bring this one down a little more. And what do I have here? Kind of got out of sync in there. I was doing fine. Let's just squeeze a little diamond in there. Nobody will know if I just squeeze it in. There. And then this is all solid in here. And then it kind of gets like it's broken up here. But I'm just going to call that the top of a vase. It's really broken stucco up in here. But I'm going to call it the top of my vase. Because I'm doodling. And since I like this curved shape so well over here, this actually could come up a little more. I like that curved shape so well. I'm going to do it in here. Like that. I kind of like that. And this kind of needs a flat bottom. So it'll stand. So I'm going to call this a stucco vase. It's not really a vase, but that's what I'm going to call it because that's what it reminds me of. A stucco vase. That's number 2. Now I could go on and do the stucco circle down here. Stucco circle. Just a circle. Sort of a circle. A doodle circle. And then start drawing your diamonds. I'm not seeing chat, so if you say anything to me right now, I'm not seeing it. I'll check chat after I get done here. And I'm just doing some fast diamonds in here. And then go in really quick and shade them in. I'm not using any color on these. They don't really need color. This is really a vivid black and white. Ooh. My phone times out on me every now and then. After 10 minutes. Time's up, Mary. Time's up. All right. I'm going to call this a stucco circle. That's number 3, stucco circle. Let's go to something else. Let's go to another one here. This is a plate from the Ming Dynasty. I forgot what it looked like, but it's pretty. Ooh, it's got butterflies on it. I can't enlarge. Oh, I can enlarge it. Plus, 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 plus. Let's do the butterflies. They're pretty butterflies. Oops, one more. Let's do the butterflies. Let's do them over here. Doodle game 16, May 17th, 2019. Let's go read about them now. Well, I don't want to get out of it. I'll come back and read about them. We got 2 butterflies here. Interesting butterflies. I'm going to do the big one, I think. I'm not so good with butterflies, but we'll see. We're going to draw them over here. Can you guys see? Maybe I need to move this over a little. This is a Ming Dynasty plate. So we're going to start with this wing up here. And remember, these are doodles. These are doodles. I'm making them large. But if you watch Aunt Beck, it's just amazing what she does with these doodles. She's made mandalas out of them. I'm not a mandala person, but boy, I was amazed with what Aunt Beck did with those doodles and mandalas. She says, Meri, it's easy. You just do this and this. All right. I'm on this part of the wing right here. I'm going to bring it down. This is going to be a big butterfly. So I got 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 and 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a smaller one for 5. Kind of meets in there. So there's that wing. And then his head is right here. It's just a kind of a black circle shape, oval shape. We're going to color it black. And he's got 2 little, I guess these are eyes. He's got the antenna. He's cute. All right, then he's got a little mark coming down this way. He's got his body here, the start of his neck there. And then he's got if I can draw it in here, his body coming this way. And some 1, 2, 3. So 1, actually 3, and then this one in here and here maybe. And then this wing comes out this way, but not all the way, like that. It has and then some 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4, sort of like that. And then this one's colored in. These are gray. I don't have my other markers out. And these are gray. This is white. This is gray. I'll have to get out some color. Maybe I have a colored marker, my blue one in my drawer here. Did I put it back in my drawer? Or did I dump it out? Oh, I have these Poscas. Let's play with the Poscas. Nitzy sent me some Poscas. We'll use the Poscas Nitzy sent. We'll go back and color those in after I get this other wing done. So this is an interesting wing because it's got this shape and then it's like it flips. And the tip of, let's go out one. The tip of this wing only comes on just about the same level as this gray here. So that wing only comes about out to here. So, and it starts right under his neck and it just kind of curves like that. And then it comes sort of slanty like this. And there's a dot in here. And I'm going to make it black because it's black on there. And there's a dot in here. And that kind of comes down like that. And then I'm right in here. Let's see. And then in here, it's got a white area coming this way. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. 4, 5. I had to kind of squeeze those in. And then 2 little ones, 1, 2, and then 3 down here. And then it's got this kind of an area that goes up like that. And then 1, 2, and 3. Sort of like that. Let's color him. Now, this is the first time I've done this butterfly, so let's make him blue. Let's see, I got a dark blue and a light blue. Let's make these blue. So the whole point of this is there's a link to my very first link that I put there on my community tab, where it's called Doodle Game 16. The whole point of this is you can go out there and make sure that you're using a public domain image. It has a little square under it, and I think it has a QA and the words public domain. And then you know it's in the public domain, and you can use it for inspiration. Let's go. Shall we go to the red? Let's put some red in here. It's not really red on here, but it's not in color either. So we're going to make this red. And that means that I probably need some red over here. I don't see, well, I see a little dot in there. Right up in here, I see a sort of a dot. I'm going to put some dots on here because I need it. And it's my doodle. I'm just inspired. And I don't see anything in there, but I feel like it needs some dots. Just some hints of some. And shall I make these red? I feel like they should be red. Maybe with some yellow in there too. We'll put some yellow in there. And I feel like I need some red in here, red and yellow in here, just to, because I'm coloring it. And this needs something, maybe yellow. Yeah. Yellow. Mitzi sent me these Posca pins. Thank you so much for doing that, Mitzi. I'm just having all sorts of fun with these. I used them the other day on my ATCs, my school's out ATCs. I don't think school's quite out where we are yet, because around 3 o'clock, I was still planting my flowers and the kids were coming home from school. I kind of like to watch the kids walk down the sidewalks, and one young schoolboy was carrying a box above his head. Looked like he was bringing classwork home or something, maybe from his year's work there. I'm putting some green in his body here. Actually, I think I'll mix some yellow with that. And let's see. I'll make those red, I think. And I think I'll make these yellow, sort of a yellow-green. I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun with the butterflies. I'm going to call this a Chinese butterfly. Actually, I'm going to put some red in there. And I still have one white spot there. I think I'm going to make it blue. There we go. Let's call that number 4. Let's call it the Chinese butterfly. Just because it came off of a Ming Dynasty plate. Now we still have some spoons that we had left from Doodle Game 15. Let's go look at those. Because I didn't get all of those. Strainer spoons. They're metal work. And they actually look like... can I flip them? Are you going to flip on me? No. Well, let's go to my gallery. Doodle Game 16. I like this one. I like that spoon. And that kind of goes with these shapes over here. Actually, now that I got these out, I feel like coloring these. No, we won't. We won't. We want to move on, Mary. So let's go ahead and do these. This is off of that first link there, the spoons. They're metal work. I'm going to do it right in here. And I got some X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just start out right here. 1, 2. Hopefully I can get them on here. 3. 4. I think I'll get them there. 5. Be a squeeze, but they'll get in there. And then down this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm not seeing chat while I'm doing these. This will be my last one. I do 5 doodles when I do the doodle game. And 1. And I don't expect, you know, I'm not, this isn't, I call it a game, but it's really just me talking through the doodles. I give you the links, so if you want to go work on them yourself, you can. But I'm not, you know, I'm not doing it like a pick 10 or anything where I ask how many are playing and all of that. I just go and do the doodles, and then if you get inspired, look, that should have lined up there. Oh, well, it didn't, so let's do this one. But they're kind of fun to do. I enjoy doing them. And, you know, I enjoy going back and looking at them. I got some ATCs. What I want to do is make a game out of these. And I want to put these on ATCs. Of course, I have to do it a lot smaller. And then do like a pick 10, but only with doodles. And so if we drew... they would be numbered, and I think I got to 140 ATCs ready. I just have to do the doodles on them. So when we did our pick 10s, I liked the way Lisa, I couldn't join her last Monday night. I was just exhausted, but I like what she did because she had the participants call numbers and she had them written down on a sheet. And then whatever numbers that they called, you know, I'm not sure exactly how she chose whose numbers. She probably picked the first ones or whatever she picked that she saw. Then they did their pick 10 off of those. Now, if I were to do the entire, my phone's off of if I were to do that spoon shape, it would come in here like this. I don't know if I want to do that. I could just make it very narrow. Let's see. Let's do this like that. It's very narrow, but that's kind of okay. And like this and like that. And it's not really a spoon. I mean, because it's just picking the curves off of it. But then I want to put these shapes in here. But I think what I'm going to do is use the ones up here because they're curved differently. They're curved like this. And I think they'll fit this space better. And maybe like this, like that. And then maybe pick some of these up in here and just do some swirls maybe. And let's see, let's do it. Oops. Well, it's there now. I wanted this one to go this way, sort of. And I actually want to set a low dimension. And let's do something fun. Let's see, what shall I use? I think I'll use the pink. I'm just having fun. Just having fun. That's what doodling is. It's just playing with shapes, letting your mind, letting your hands. Well, you I got inspired off of the image here, which is entirely off of the. But it's really just having fun, just letting, you know, you could be listening to a lecture, you could be listening to a YouTube video. Hopefully you're not doodling during a sermon, but you could be. Or maybe your mom's talking to you. Or, you know, whatever. And you're just doodling. And you're really hearing. You're hearing, but you're kind of thinking while you're drawing. And like I said, if you're subscribed to Aunt Beck's Creations, I think she's put some out on her Instagram, but in her group page. Now she has a closed group. You know what? I need something in there. No, I'm just going to leave it. She does some beautiful things with these doodles. Just wonderful things. I just kind of doodle them from what I see in the inspiration photo. But all right. So I'm going to call this spooning, I guess. Number 5. I'm just going to call it spooning. SPOON. apostrophe N. Spoonin. NG, I guess. All right, so that's the end of my doodles. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's kind of fun to go out there and get inspiration from images. And here's my, see, this is still wet. I need for this to dry. But maybe in one of my live streams next week, I will go in here and start. I love this, make you scream. Got something silvery on this. Let's pull this off. When making by hand means making a mess, your hands could use a hand. I like that. I might write that in there. Paint this out, maybe leave that lady, make you scream. Or, you know, I could even cut that lady out, put a page. No, I don't want to do that because I got my doodle on. Forget that. So then I'll come in here and work on this page. I have her that's going to be a pocket. She's going to be a pocket. Maybe she'll be a pocket this way. Maybe this way on one of these. Let's see what one would be good. This is the tip in. This is the tip in here. Maybe a pocket in there. Oh, I like her this way. Maybe a pocket there. We'll see. So there we go. Look, I got to mend that. So I'm all done with that. How about some art trivia? How many are still with me here? Let's go check on you. See what you're saying to me. Get out of my gallery. Get out of Chrome. Get out of notes. Go to YouTube, Mary. Go to your chat. Oh, there's some of you still out here with me. Beth is still here. And Beck's still here. Elise is here. Thank you guys for sticking with me because I kind of go off into my own little world when I do that. I mean, you kind of have to. I'm just loving working with these Poscas. That was such a nice gift from Mitzi. Thank you so much, Mitzi. Well, let's see where I am in my art journal on my list. So we're going to do the trivia game next. Yes, let's get the trivia out. It's here, really. It's here. It's so funny because I get this stuff out and I set it here, but then my Somerset magazine got on it. And what did I do with it? Here it is. Art trivia game. And on our art trivia game, if there's anyone that's still new here, what we do with our art trivia is, of course, this isn't where I've written the other ones. I wrote the other ones in another book, but I'm going to use this. I was playing with my cat there. What we do is we don't play art trivia. We build the art trivia. And I give you the right answer. I have a word that I chose. And I give you the word and the right answer. And then you help me come up with close, very close, but wrong answers. So what do I have here? Hi, everyone. That was a sign when I couldn't, I'm going to keep that. That was a sign when I couldn't talk in a hangout because the TV was blaring. Let's pull a sheet out here. Okay. So I'm going to go get the word. Let's see who's in here. Let's see what I'm doing here. My phone is stuck. Come on. Sharon's here. My phone's still stuck. What are you doing? Are we hanging? No? Well, my phone is stuck. How come it's not closing? Close all. For some reason, let me go back into YouTube. Go back into, I got a message from Beth. I saw it, Beth, but I didn't read it. It's good there. Hi, Janet. Thank you for sticking with me here. And Beck is, okay, good. Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. Sharon's here. Hi, Sharon. Susan, Aunt Beck, and Lisa, and Barb. Hi, Barb. And Holly, and Ray, and Mitzi, and Card Check is still here, and Azure's here. You like that he has a turned wing, that butterfly? He looks like caterpillar eyes. Very cute. Azure says, just think of all the meals that were served on that plate. I wonder what it was. Well, if it was in the Ming Dynasty, I'll bet there was some rice out there, maybe some fish and rice. I'll bet that was something that was served on it. Fish and rice, Asher. Thank you, Card Chick. All right, I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through all the chat. Let's go on with the art trivia so that we can, yeah, see, I've got my Android system thing out here. He's doing something. All right, I'm going to go to my trivia game to where I have all the words. And let me pull the first one up. And the first one is, let's put art trivia, all 51719 art trivia. So the first one is what, and you can look this up if you want, but you don't really need to because I give you the correct answer. What I want is some very close but incorrect answers. Like we had, an example was, what is a pochade? Poshade. And what it is a box where you keep a hinged box where they keep all their art supplies, and it has a lid that closes and they carry it out when they go painting. And an example of that was, what is a shadow box? Or that's very close answer. Or what is a box with an umbrella? So you want something that's very close. And then some that are funny, like one of the questions was, who invented the mugshot? And somebody said Dick Tracy. That was really funny. And then somebody else said The Godfather, Bugsy Malone. So it can get funny. So the first question is, what is a PSY KTER? And I can't even pronounce it. But the correct answer, you guys are going to give me some other answers, but the correct answer is it's a type of Greek vessel, container, vessel that was used as, I'm going to put vessel. That might not be the right word there. That was used as a wine cooler. It could be a jar, a vase, but they used it to cool their wine. It was used as a wine cooler in Greek. So I can't even pronounce this. PSYKTER. So I'm looking for some answers. Spaghetti on the plate. An ancient coffee mug. I like that. Ancient coffee mug. Spaghetti. On the plate. Oh, spaghetti on a plate. A decanter. See, these are really good. These are good. You guys are good. A jug of cider. A jug of cider. Good night, Barb. Sleep well. A psychotic procedure. You guys, you make me giggle on these. You really do. All right, these are some good answers. These are good. And the correct one is that it's a type of Greek vessel. So let's go to the next one because we got a lot to do tonight. Let's go to the next one. And the next one is, beverage of the gods. Got to put that down there. Beverage of the gods. Of the gods. Good one, Aunt Beck. All right, so the next one is you're going to like this one. What is a zoetrope? I have no idea how to pronounce it. I say zoetrope. Zoetrope? And the answer is it's a pre-cinematic device. But then to go into it further, it consists of a cylinder drum with evenly spaced vertical slits cut into its sides. Its interior held a paper strip printed with sequential drawn or photographic images that would appear animated when the drum was spun. So it was kind of like a device that had slits on its sides, and it held paper strips that had drawings on it, and you turn the drum and it would animate the picture. So, but I just put a pre-cinematic device. That's the answer. And if you wanted to know more about it, you could go read about it. So I need some wrong answers that are very close. The measurements of zebra stripes. That's a good one. Yeah, I could pick that if I was playing trivia. Measurement of zebra stripes. A movie reel. That's a good one too. I think I missed some up above. A page of circles. A page of circles. What else here? A troop of Zoes. Too bad Zoe isn't in here. I haven't seen her around for a while. HB. I don't know what HB is. Let's see. A cellular being. That's a good one too. Aliens. A movie reel. I think I got the movie reel. A vaudeville skit named after the main character featured. A vaudeville skit named after the main character. A winning trophy of the Zoe race. A winning trophy. That almost makes sense. A winning trophy of a Zoe race. Hi, Christine. Welcome. A hat with a twirl propeller. A hat with a twirl propeller. Okay, I think we have enough. We're doing pretty good with these. Let's go to the third and last one. This is going to be a short game tonight, isn't it? That's okay, because I've got a lot on my plate tonight. Aunt Beck said she posted doodles to Instagram. Okay, I'm going to go look. I'm subscribed to you. I'm going to go look at your Instagram, Beck. Instagram. Oh, look at that. Look at what Aunt Beck did. Isn't that cool? Perhaps the butterfly is proof that you can go through a great deal of darkness and still come out and still become something beautiful. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Is there more, Becky? Is there more? Let's go to Becky's. Yeah, come on. I'm doing the stories. I want the pictures. Oh, there they are. Oh, look at what she did. Look what she did here. Oh, these are super cool, Becky. I have to zoom it with my fingers because I'm on a phone, I'm mobile. But look at hers. Whoops, I'm off center. Sorry. Very cool, Becky. Let me move my. Very, very cool. Very nice. Journey posted too. Look at what Journey did. She says, inspired snippet roll. Wow, Journey was in here earlier. Now you got me on Instagram. Very nice, Becky. I love them. And Becky does wonderful things with the doodles. I always love what you do. Awesome, Becky. Very, very nice. Susan said, sorry, my daughter came in. Beck's good. Becky is good. Yes, she is. Okay, let's go to our third word. Our third and our last word is another word I can't pronounce. What? Am I? Yeah. What is a PRAXINO and then the word scope, SCOPE. Praxinoscope? Praxinoscope? And the answer is it's a popular 19th century, which would be the 1800s, 19th century optical toy. OPTICAL toy. And then it was invented by a Parisian science teacher named Charles Emile Renaud, comprised of a cylinder fitted with a strip of paper printed with 12 sequential image frames. When the cylinder spins, a mirror fixed in its center reflects the images and makes them appear animated. That kind of reminds me of those little, those round cylinders that we used to have rocks in it, and then that V-shaped thing in there, and it would show all sorts of pretty designs. This sounds a little bit different, but it says it reflects the images and makes them appear animated. I'd like to see one in action. Let's see what you guys say for the answers. Let me get back into chat here. A kaleidoscope, yeah. Thank you. I haven't played with one of those in, I don't know if I'll put that down there, but it's very similar to a kaleidoscope. Good night, Lisa. Have a great weekend. Oh, and before you leave, Lisa, thank you so much for the spinning class last night. If you guys have not visited Lisa's channel lately, go watch the video. She did a live last night where she was teaching us how to spin with a hand spindle. Yeah. Oh, I enjoyed that so much. It was so informative, and you did a great job, Lisa. You did very good on teaching it. So, and she's going to teach again, I believe, on June 16th, I believe. The first generation of periscope. That's a good one. A first generation. Thank you so much, Lisa. Have a great weekend. A first generation periscope. That's a good one, Elise. That's a good answer. I would pick that if I was playing trivia. June 6th at 6 p.m. Central Time is going to be her second spinning class hangout at Lisa My Eclectic Life. Put that down. Make a note of it. It's fun. Good night, Lisa. Look above, Nina says. Let's see. Let me go way up here. Kaleidoscope is, oh, here we go. Meow. Let's see. A telescope, a praxinoscope. Thank you. Let's see. A telescope. Thank you, Mina. A telescope, a tool to see in your ear canals. Azure, you're so funny. Canals. And Beck said meow. A camera that goes into small spaces. These are good. I got to get these out on my community tab. I've been so busy with my garden and getting everything. It's getting there, though. So now I'm getting to the point to where it's just watering and weeding and feeding. Small spaces. That's a good one, Janet. Looking at ants under a scope. Under a scope. An electronic microscope for viewing proxinos in the field of physics. Okay. An electronic microscope for viewing proxinos, proxinos in the field of physics. I might pick that one too. I'd have a hard time picking this one. Which one is the right answer? A TV repairman's tool for testing transistors. That's a good one too. A TV repairman's tool for testing transistors. The first generation of periscope, I got that. Microscope used to view the proximity of Zeno star northeast of the moon. I'm going to have to go to this page over here. I might put all of these out here. They'll have a hard time picking the right one. A microscope used to view, and let me write this down. The proximity of the XINO star northeast of the moon. A colorful bracelet from the 60s. These are good. These are good. Peroxide. Peroxide in scope mouthwash. Oh, Holly, you're so funny. That one makes me look. This one's making the list for sure, Holly. Approximate measure of scoping silk worms. Approximate measure. That's a good one. These are all good. Of silkworms. And Becca's got to go take Bernadette is her dog that she's brought home back with her. Azure says an astronaut's plunger. Oh, Azure. Okay, we're done. We got enough. We got 2 pages for that one. Thank you guys so much. I'll try to get these out here. I've really been lax in getting them out on the community tab. But what I wanted to say was if you want to put these in your, if you're watching this video and you're seeing these and you go out to my community tab and see these, or you get them off of my chat here, you're welcome to them. You're welcome to use them if you're building your own trivia game. Maybe you want to play it in an art meeting sometime, or sometime like what I'm saying is there's no copyright associated with this, because we're just having fun, and we're doing this as a group thing. And I don't feel like this is anything I'm creating. I'm just having fun with it. So this is kind of like a public in the common domain. The trivia game is in the common domain. They once had one of them in Suits. I wonder what they're called. Asher, I'm not even going there. So our trivia game is over with. Let's see, what else did I have in my art journal on my list that I wanted to do tonight? I knew I wouldn't get everything done. I can't even find my art journal. Let's see. We did this. Here's my art journal. We actually have gotten quite a bit done tonight. I'm getting thirsty again, though. There's no more water in the room. Let's see where we are. Oh, let's see. I wanted to do a knit update, but my knitting's in the other room, so I'm going to put an arrow here. I can't do that because I left it in the other room. And my spinning is across the room. I'll do a spin. I want to put my spinning that I did the other night in Lisa's group. I spun and I actually got it plied. I didn't ply the way Lisa taught because I didn't have enough on there to really do that. And she said just to take it off and ply it. We did Doodle Game 16. We did the paper bag. Where's my trivia here? Did we play trivia? I don't have the trivia game on here. Well, I'm going to put trivia game because we did our trivia game. I'm going to hold off on this. I'm going to do it next week, but because it's getting kind of late and we got some other things to do. What I want to do, if I can find it here, I got it out. It's over here. It's here someplace. Right here. Right here. This is a reminisce game. Let me zoom out one now because we're done with the writing here. This is a reminisce game that I got at Goodwill. And I don't want to play this game, but I'm inspired by it. And I want to do another game, which is more of a chat game. It's more like where we're sharing, we're reminiscing. I don't want it to go forever, but an example would be, let's talk about maybe your first art project that you remember doing, that type of thing. And I want to kind of make it art related. It may get a little bit different. I mean, we may go off into rabbit trails, but I think that would be fun. And there's no winning or losing or anything like that in what I want to do. It's just more as inspiration of things that we can talk about. Because I want to maybe share some of what we've probably got some really fun art memories out there. So I'm going to put that as an arrow. I got introduced reminisce game. So I kind of did that. I'm going to check it off. We got Miss Mary Mysteries to do. I need to finish my doll zine. I want a carbon eraser. I've got to finish my bee postcards that started a couple weeks ago with Aunt Beck. I need to finish Beth's project. And then I did not get my mail go done this week because I was planting flowers all week, mowing the lawn and all of that. But I actually made a list of people that I know I want to mail to. And then, the bee postcards I've got a pending list here. The snow globes, and I'm doing a stamp and a journal for Jerry. I'm doing some things for Christy. These are all pending. They're kind of things I said I would do, but I haven't got to them yet. But I need to put my bee postcards out here because I got a lot of people, just like AnnieV and Arlene sent me happy mail. And, while I can't respond to everybody with beautiful art, I can send you a postcard to say thank you. And I want to start doing that. But as you can see, I'm way behind. So this is something I'm going to carry forward, but I'm getting there because I'm making a list, and I'm looking at it and say, okay, these are the people I want to get to. So, but right now, let's go do Miss Mary Mysteries. Let's do Miss Mary Mysteries. And I'm going to tell the story, but we're going to do, instead of a twist the list, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to do a twist the list with the mystery. We're going to do, well, let me show you here. Let me get my desk cleared off again. Because I'm going to get out that big white paper again, and I'm going to tear off a swatch. And I'll start. I'm actually going to draw while I'm talking. Hopefully I won't spill this water. If I spill this water, I'm in big trouble. I'll have to probably buy new carpeting if I spill the water. All right, let me move my phone over for a minute and let me get rid of this composition book. And I'm going to tear off another piece of paper here. And I'm going to fold it up like this. Actually, I can put that water back up there now to keep my paper down. What's on underneath of this paper? Nothing. Good. Let's put that water up there just to help to keep the paper down. And let's take the paper down. You're just going to see white for a minute. I'll put my phone up there. And let's tear it down this way. And this is with the Miss Mary Mystery story. And the story's going to be fairly short. It's not going to be ultra long. Where's my ruler? Well, I'm just going to have to tear here. We'll tear it off the edge of the desk and hope that'll tear. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'll cut it later. Actually, it's tearing pretty good. I might have stolen my brother's paper here because I don't remember getting this paper on my own. My brother used to sell airplanes at craft shows, And I think this is what they used to cover their tables with. I'm not real sure. It was in that room where I'm cleaning out my closet, and he's got his tables in there. But I'm using it. He'll never use it again. All right. So, get my pens out. Where's my other pen? Miss Mary Mystery. You should do the oldest first. Color books. Macaroni paper plate art. Ann Beck said, colored chalk on my toy box chalkboard. I thought colored chalk was amazing. Mary, any Fibsville stories tonight? Yep, I'm getting there, Mina. In fact, that's a really good question. A diaper or a hose? I closed up my book, Ollie. Oh dear. We're still on the astronaut plunger. Okay, so Miss Mary Mysteries, for those of you who are new tonight, it's kind of like a story of Miss Mary. That's me, because I'm a reluctant retiree, and I made myself the main character because, well, I don't want to get in trouble with anybody else. But Miss Mary in fictional had to retire. She calls herself the reluctant retiree, and she comes home, and we'll just say to Nebraska, and she is in a small town, and I'm going to call the size of this town the size of my channel, which I think now my channel is like 74, 90 something subscribers. Let me go here and see if I can see exactly how many. About 7488. I get up there and then they start taking subscribers away from me, but that's okay. It's slowly building. So the population in the town that I come back to, which has been named by Janet as Fibbsville, Fibs for Friends in the Box, Ville, Ville, Fibbsville. And the population of Fibsville is the population of my channel. And some people die off, some people move away. Some people just disappear. YouTube zaps them. So the population, just like any town, goes up and down, just like my viewers do. So we're in Fibsville, and that's where Miss Mary retired to. And there's a general store well, it's not a general store, it's an empty storefront building now. And Miss Mary rented it out from a young man who doesn't care about small towns or old buildings or anything like that. He is actually working for Google for the artificial intelligence over in, we think he's in London, England. So he's way off in planning our future for us. He doesn't care about the past or the little small town environment. He's a nice guy. He's a young man. He's nice enough, but his interest just isn't in Fibsville. But Miss Mary rented the building from him because it was empty, and it was the building where her great-grandmother and grandfather used to run a general merchandising store. And then every week I tell a chapter, and the main chapters were that we had a lead pencil criminal come in at the very first chapter, and he gave Janet he was after lead pencils, and Janet wouldn't sell him one because she couldn't. We're not a retail store. We're a gathering place. Every weekend on Saturday, the local artists get together at the Meri Atelier. That's what I'm calling it, the empty store building. And we gather there every weekend on Saturday. Now, this is summer, so I know some of you have family things to do, and some of you are going on vacation. Jerry's going on vacation. So not everybody's going to make it every week, but we usually have some people there on Saturdays. And so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing this Saturday. Where it's a gathering place, and we just get together. We kind of hang out. we just kind of hang out. There's a lot of talent in Fibsville. A lot of talent in Fibsville. A lot of interest in the arts. So this week, though, we get together like we do every week, and we're in there. We're working on our art. We're just chatting, playing art trivia, whatever. Let me go to my chat here, see what you guys are saying to me. Never look at lead pencils the same, Azure says. Nina says she loves Fibbsville and the Miss Mary Mysteries. Yeah. Oh, we forgot to tell you about Bandit, too. Bandit is, after the lead pencil criminal case, which is a whole nother story. If you want to hear that, I think it's on April 29th that I started these. I think if it's a Friday, it's the last weekend in April. It's all about the lead pencil criminal. But he's still at large, by the way. Officer Orville, who's our local police officer, has not captured the lead pencil criminal yet. He's the lead pencil criminal is a pretty elusive guy, but he's also got a guilty conscience because he's not lately, but he's been sending us stuff. Like he sent a whole vase of beautiful flowers to the lady with the black eye, and I think he sent us some $50 gift cards from Michael's to everybody in the group. So we fictitiously went and spent our $50 on art supplies. And what else did he do? He did some other things. I'd have to go back and listen to my own stories, but he's still at large. We're on it. We're hot on his trail. We think he's still around, but we haven't caught him yet. But in the next story, we thought that there was another. We thought he came back, and it turned out to be a little black kitty, to make the long story short. And that little kitty was named Bandit. So Bandit is kind of like the little shop cat. And we've been taking care of Bandit. I forgot whoever's taking care of Bandit. Was it you, Sharon? Is Sharon still taking care of? No, it's Janet. Janet was the last person who took care of Janet. Yeah, Janet's been taking care of Bandit for us. But I have a question. Is Aunt Beck still in here, or any of you that knows cats? Holly knows cats. How long can a kitten? Now, let's say that kitty was, when we first found him, was what, maybe 5 weeks old? How long before a shop cat can stay alone in a building? You guys told me that we can leave them alone and build a shop kitty, that they can be left alone in buildings. But how long, like a shop cat? How old does that kitty have to be? Like, should he be 6 months old? Should it be, how long? Janet says, when someone asks me for a pencil, I put on a baseball catcher's mask. Yeah. Oh, Janet, you better. So I need to know from some of you cat experts, when can we start leaving Bandit alone in the shop so you guys don't have to take care of him every week? Am I getting chat from you here? "8 weeks old, a cat can live without a mama as long as he eats on his own. 5 or 6 months." Okay. Well, we'll say April, so May, June, July, August, September, October. Well, let's say May, June, July, August, September, October. So at the end of October, we're going to start leaving Bandit alone. But Bandit's a smart kitty. So let's say at the end of August, because that's the end of summer, Bandit is an advanced cat. We're going to stop assigning somebody to take care of him every week. We want to always take care of, well, you can, but we're going to leave him in the shop, unless you want to take him home. So that said, who's going to take care of Bandit next week? Janet's been taking care of him probably for a couple weeks now because I didn't tell a story last week. Can be younger, but he needs kitten loving, Holly says. Aw. Well, we'll give him lots of loving, Holly. We're going to say at the end of summer, the first 3 to 4 months are critical, Mina says. Well, April 29th, we're not going to count April. We'll count May, June, July, August, September, the end of September. We'll say the end of September. We're going to start letting him stay by himself. So who wants to take care of him next week? You'll take him again, Mina? Okay. Thank you, Mina. And really, when you guys take him, it's all fictitious. It's fictitious. There's nothing really to do. It's just more for fun that we're playing the story. Janet says, it's been so much fun having him. He's upstairs sleeping right now. Aww. Well, you need to wake him up because Mina's going to want to take him home. So go wake him up, Janet. We can have a slumber party at Bandit's place. Oh, there we go. That's a good idea. All right. So that's kind of the background of the story so far. There's some other things in there. But every week I try to tell a story. I missed a couple weeks. And then a couple weeks I made it really short. But this week we're all gathering again. We usually get together in the afternoons. You know, we all have Saturday morning stuff to do. And we'll just say it's kind of like our Zoom retreats from 1 to 3 or from 1 to 4, starting at 1 o'clock until we're ready to go home. And this week, we're just meeting and we're just doing our art and we're sitting there chatting away. And the door opens. And we usually, we don't really lock the door, but we really don't open it up to the public either. We don't really have a closed sign. We should have a closed sign, but we don't. But the door opens and a young couple walks in. And they're strangers to us. And, of course, Azure's right there. I'm not Azure. You got Azure on my mind. Bandit's right there, kind of under the feet of that young couple. I mean, he's right there loving them and you know, the young gal, and they must be in their 20s. And, you know, she's playing with Bandit and you know, I look up at him and I start to explain to him that this is just a gathering place for local artists. And they tell us that they're just out sightseeing. They've heard of Fibsville and they heard that it's a really nice community and they're just checking the place out, but they kind of got lost. And they saw this little black kitty. And so they just, you know, they went up and the kitty was friendly and the young girl, she doesn't have a name. I don't know her name. He doesn't have a name either. There's just a young couple out for a weekend outing. And probably in their 20s. I don't know if they're married. I didn't ask them. But they saw this little black kitty. And the kitty was really friendly. And the young girl started I got dirt under my fingernails because I've been planting flowers. But, you know, they tried to walk away from the kitty, but the kitty wouldn't let them walk away. And so they decided to follow the kitty. And it was obvious that the kitty wanted them to follow him. So they did. And they'd follow him a little while, and then they'd kind of stop and maybe look in a store and not. Well, the kitty would stop. And meow, meow, you know. So, and then he'd start to walk, and he'd look behind, and he'd wait for him to catch up. And they thought, that cat wants us to follow him. And so they did. And, of course, Bandit came back to the Meri Atelier. And when Bandit came in, the young couple followed him in. And that's how the young couple found the Meri Atelier. And they said, oh, that's nice. And they were asking about Fibsville. What is Fibsville like? What can we see here? And that's when we realized that we don't have a map. Our community leaders, our Chamber of Commerce, business development area has not done a city map of Fibsville. So we're putting our heads together tonight. That's why I have this paper out. We're going to do kind of a layout of the downtown area of Fibsville. Now, in my head, I'm going to show you what I have in my head. And you might make some suggestions. I'll try to catch them. But I'm going to start out, and I'm going to kind of do an aerial view. So you'll just be kind of seeing squares and plots and, you know, roads and that. But I'll tell you right offhand, there's a creek. And I don't have a name for the creek, so you guys might want to name this creek. It's not a river, it's a creek, C-R-E-E-K, and it runs through Fibsville, and that's what I'm drawing here. I'm just drawing it right here, and I might have to change my drawing as I go, but this is the creek, and it comes right down through the center of town. This is the center block. And of course, in the center, Fibsville is the county seat. So we've got the courthouse here. This is a courthouse. And so we're kind of drawing this out for this young couple, but also we're just kind of drawing a city map. And this will expand as we go, maybe another week. So we're just kind of getting an idea. But in my head, here's the creek, and every creek has to have a bridge, walkway bridges going over it. This is a very scenic place. Fibsville, you would not know that it's a town. It's more like a park. It's more like a park where people can come and relax. I mean, this is not a bustling city. The population of Fibsville is, what did I say, 7,488 people? This is not a huge town. It's a small town. 7,488. People come and go. So we'll see how it grows over the year. or people die. So here's a kind of like a walkway bridge here going over the creek, and there might be another one over here. But also, in the courthouse, you know, every courthouse has a lawn. So I'm just going to kind of draw a lawn here, an area for the lawn. This is the center of town. And there's a sidewalk going around the courthouse. But before we get to the street, there's a park area. Well, we have a road. There's a park area here. There's a creek here. This is creek. This is water. I need a name for the creek. I'll just put creek here. And that goes all the way down this way. But now this is going to kind of get squished in here because this is all park area here. This is park. But there's a road. There's park in here. This is a park. P-A-R-K. And when I say park, I mean there's a lot of green grass and trees and that. I'm just going to kind of put a circle there right now. I might go back and do that better. But there's kind of like a park area around there. And then there's a road, but the road comes this way. It comes this way. The road comes this way because people have to get to the courthouse. There's a road that comes this way and it goes one way. It's one way going this way. And it goes circles that courthouse around this way. If you want to go to the courthouse, you have to either come in this way, and then it also comes off this way. So this is actually a two-way road here. So you can be coming from this direction or coming from this direction and going off this way, or one way going this way. And then, of course, you have to have parking. So around in here are parking spots. Now, remember, this is a small town. This is small, so we don't need a huge, there may be in here a parking garage. We'll put parking garage here. Parking garage for the employees of the parking of the courthouse, or maybe the, you know, the judge. So, but this is where all the county business takes place. And, you know, people, they go to the courthouse, but they don't need, I mean, yeah, there are places to park here, but this is plenty of parking in this small town. And there's actually parking along here, sort of. Like there's, like if they want to go to the park, there'll be places to park around here too. But remember, this is all one way here. This is a road that goes one way, and it catches onto this one so that they can go back out again if they want. So that's kind of how you get into Fibsville. And this is the main road. I should have a green marker here. I don't want to use my Posca pen because it will. Let me reach in and get my box over here. Yeah. But we're going to do more than this. This is just kind of laying out for you. Oh, I use the green for, I used the green. I used the green highlighter for I got blue. I can color the creek here for my sprays. Let's just color in the creek here. Very fun. Do I need to zoom out one more time? No, well, sort of, but I don't. I lose my up and down. We're kind of planning now. I mean, this is our town. We can make this town be anything that we want it to be. This is the creek. And you know what? If we don't like something, say we don't like the bridge in this spot, we can move it. This is our town. There's a bridge here too. We need a bridge over here, but we'll do that later. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying to me because I've been off of my little Fibbs tail. Good night, Elise. My favorite color, Holly says. Swan's Way, named for F.B. Swan, one of the Fibsville pioneers. Stream of Dreams. Oh, I like Stream of Dreams. Watercolor Creek, I like that. Oh, Janet. Hugging Bandit goodbye. Bandit is getting happy mail from the cat tag group. Yeah. Yes. Beth painted her. We're going to have to do a tag for Beth for other than. I'll have to do that later, Beth. I don't want to promise anything till I get my other stuff done. But Bandit's going to have to send some happy mail to the cat tag group. But I'm not going to promise anything now because I'm over committed. Mina says, I'll swing by and pick him up, Janet. We can have a slumber party at Bandit's house. Cobalt Creek. I like Stream of Dreams. Stream of Dreams. That's a good one. Stream of Dreams. Creek. So that's what this is. Stream of Dreams. Oops. How am I going to write? I'll write it here. Stream of Dreams. Good one, Mina. Creek. Okay, so these are all parking spots around here. Going clear around the courthouse. Remember, this is all park area in here. And this is kind of like the courthouse lawn. And there's probably some statues out here. Some flags. Fibsville needs a flag. We need a city flag for Fibsville. Somebody want to design a flag for Fibsville? I'll leave that up to you. We need an official Fibsville flag. Fibsville flag. All right, up here. Fibsville flag. Oh, and the town. Now, this is just the center of town. I mean, any town's going to expand out because we need an urban area. We need buildings and stores and all of that, which I'm getting to here. But There's also, and I'm going to put it, can you see? You can see down here a bit. No, you can see down here. I'll put it here. We need a city sign for Fibsville, and I'm going to make it in the shape of an artist palette. And it'll be Fibsville, and I'm just scribbling it in here now. Fibsville, and then I get hung up on the first part. I'm going to say where the friends, where the folks are the friendliest, where folks are the friendliest, and the tails are the tallest. And then on that sign is going to be a little kitty cat sitting up on top of the sign, because we know who that is. That's not a cat. But anyway, there'll be a little kitty cat up here on the sign. Looks more like a... There we go. That might be better. Give him some whiskers here. So this is the sign, and then it probably needs to be on some sort of a structure here, and it probably needs some paint smeared on there. And the tails are the tallest. Now this will be out on the outskirts of town. We've still got the town to do itself, but this is my initial thought of what this is going to be. Then after this is all green park area here. I don't have my green markers out, but this is all park area. So when there's who was it? Violet? Is Violet still here, or did she have to leave? Wait a minute. Somebody's saying something to me. Janet says, Mary, I have an idea for the flag. I will draw it tomorrow. Where can I post the picture? Any one of the groups, I think, would let you post it. Aunt Beck, is Aunt Beck in here? Aunt Beck or Tanya or Lisa? Or you can post it. You know what? You can post it right on my page. Post it on my page. Beth, thank you, Beth. Beth says you can post it in her group. Thank you for offering that, Beth. That's cool, Janet. A Fibsville flag. Remember, was it Janet who says that they don't do holidays? Or not Janet, Violet, who said her and her hubby don't do holidays? Yeah, it was Violet. Well, if she comes to the Meri Atelier, like on the 4th of July, I mean, this is all park area in here. Fibsville is a very relaxing town. I mean, you wouldn't know that this was a town. There's so many trees and green grass. But on the holidays, just imagine a parade going through here. And imagine there being people out here watching the parade and lining up for it and watching it go through and having their picnics. We should put a gazebo and a Chautauqua, the Chautauqua Pavilion. There's one in Hastings where they have their bands and their music places. They have a Chautauqua. It's like an octagon building in Hastings. It goes like that. This is kind of a stage area in here. And then we could put a gazebo over here. And, all sorts of benches, park benches and stuff like that. This is a place where business is not, business is just something you have to do. This is a place to come and relax. But we still have to have a town. And over on this side, over on this corner, there's probably a corner that goes around like this. Too. And over on this corner right here, this is kind of the main intersection. There's really, this should be a roundabout here. This should be a roundabout here to where if they want to go around, they have to go this way, and the people coming this way can go that way or that way. This is a roundabout, and in this roundabout, there'll be a gazebo. I don't know about putting a gazebo there. Maybe just a statue. Statue of a cat. Or kitties. Or some sort of a statue in the roundabout area there. And over here, now the buildings, one thing about the buildings in Fibsville, they have to have like not a sidewalk cafe, but there's kind of a continuation of that park area. Let me get, you can still see up here. This is my, what is that shadow there? What is that? Is that from the, yeah, that's from that. Let me move this over here for a minute. You'll still get some shadow. But in here, on the corner here, but what I was saying, like, this is the road. There's a road here. And, you know, people don't go through here. The speed limit is like 20 miles an hour, or maybe even slower, 10 miles an hour. You don't speed through this town because it's a very relaxed area, but you still have to get to the courthouse. But over in here is more park area in front of all the store buildings. So when in that story where the lead pencil criminal was out there sitting on the park bench, remember? And he had his back turned to, and that our lady was, this is really a man here. He's sitting out there and he was reading a paper, and little Bandit was, boy, that's out of perspective. Bandit was sitting there. He was feeding Bandit milk from the Cool Whip container. Well, see, there's kind of like a park area in here. So it's just a very pleasant place to be. And, you know, there might be some trash cans and maybe some little statues or something. But then off over on this side, you kind of get into the parking over here, off over on the side over here, because you have to have places to park. And, of course, there's the sidewalk, and the street goes down that way. But right on this corner here is where the Meri Atelier is, right in here. And I'm actually going to just draw it as a square. The Meri Atelier is kind of on the corner like this. And I'm going off of the paper here. It's kind of a long building, but out back is that place where we had, there's a patio on the back where we can go out there. And we'll get into more what the Meri Atelier looks like, but this is where it's at, the Meri Atelier. So what we're doing, we're kind of mapping out the city for this young couple so that they'll know. So far we got the courthouse, so it's really obvious. But right next to the Meri Atelier, actually it's off over this way. It's off of the paper here, is a thrift store. And on this side is a bookstore. A thrift store is off over this way. This is a bookstore and cafe here. A bookstore and cafe. And so what I don't have, though, we'll put down here, we're going to put we've got to have the police station in here close to the courthouse. So we're going to put the police station where Officer Orville comes from. He's just down the street from us. So this is the police station. And then we'll be planning out more buildings off over that way. Off over this way is the thrift store. I'll just write it in there, thrift store. We got to have a thrift store. We also have to have an art store. I'm debating whether we want a Hobby Lobby and big craft stores. Maybe we'll put them out in the suburban area. Where is Fibsville Library? Yeah, we need a library. Actually, that's over here. I didn't forget that. That's a good that's a good question. Let me move my water again. Off over in here, now we have the same thing. But on this side, we've got to have another road because this goes one way, this way. And these people can come into town this way and circle And maybe I'll get out my watercolor and paint this gray so we know it's a road. But also we need another road coming off over this way so people can get to the stores over here. Because this is the Stream of Dreams here. And there's still park area over in here. But we need a way for people to come into town from over here, over this way. So there's another road going this way. This is park. And think trees and green grass. This is all park area here. And it's the same thing over here. This road actually is a 2-lane road. This actually goes both ways because people got to get around. And there will probably be some roads coming in this way and maybe that way. But there'll be buildings. Well, we got to have the area out in front. You know, the little sitting area, and I'm just going to call it a green area here. Out in front of the stores, all around here, all around out in front of the stores. But they have to have places to park, and the parking will be off over to the sides over here. Well, I can't draw it because I'm running out of space, but off over this way will be the library, and I should draw smaller now, but there'll be a library and some other buildings going on over here, maybe a gift store. I want the library to go up in here, but I'm running out of paper. I want the library up over this way. I could actually put the library over on this corner. Let's put the library over here. Let's put the library, and it has to be a pretty big library because we like to read. We like our free library magazines. Let's put this library too. And there'll probably be some statues, and there's a green area out here. But there'll be buildings. There'll probably be some parking in here and green area and stores off over this way. So that's kind of how I'm envisioning Fibsville. And now off over here, this is still road. There'll be this is park area, green area. It's like being in a big park, only it's a downtown. People like to come here just to relax. They don't come here to do business. This is a place to come and just relax. So let's see what's going on here. There's some chattering going on in another group there. A rose garden by the library. Okay, rose garden. We can put a rose garden in here. It'll be behind the sign. I'll make a note of it. Rose garden. Yeah, you have to have a rose garden. The city gardens. Yeah, a flower. Lincoln, Nebraska has what they call the sunken gardens, where they do all the, like a rose garden and flowers. We could do a sunken gardens behind here. Sunken gardens. And then over here, we still have a place for buildings over here. So what do we want on this corner? The Meri Atelier is over here. This is where the Meri Atelier is. So there's a place for a building here and a building here. And then buildings going off over that way. Bye, Becky. Thanks for coming. You'll be on the road early tomorrow. You have a great weekend. Sleep well and safe travels, Janet says. We are all in perfect health and have great teeth, Holly. Holly says exactly, Becky. No dentist? Oh, Food Mart. Now I get it. Food Mart, pet store, doctor's office. Okay. Let's see. We got kind of a cafe there. Let's put the doctor's office here. Doctor's office, which will include the dentist. We'll put a pet store here. Except Janice says we're all in perfect health and have great teeth. A bakery. Shall we put a bakery next to the pet store? No, let's put the bakery over here. We don't want that too close to where we can smell it. Maybe a gym next to it because of the. Okay, we'll put a gym here. A gym, but next to the pet store. Now, remember, this is green area here. So there might be flowers planted in here. There'll probably be some store. Well, you know how every town. Now, Janet's going to do a city flag, but do you know? We'll have to decide on this too. In these smaller towns, like in Kansas, I think it's Lindsborg, Kansas, they have, or they had, I don't know if they still have them, they would have those Swedish horses on every corner. Let's do something on the corners, like a statue. I want to say of cats, but maybe children playing with cats, or cat and a dog, or something like that. We got the main statue here. I don't know. I'm just going to scribble it in. We got to decide what this is going to be. So we want little corner statues. And I think we need an antique store in here someplace. Let's see. This is a sunken garden. We probably need a drugstore here someplace. I'm going to put gift store. I'm going to put the drugstore over here. Kind of like a pharmacy drugstore. And there's probably a shoe store. As we expand out, we'll get into like the automobile places and all of that. But we're just mainly concerned with this area right now. So we kind of drew this out for our friends that Bandit led to us. Bandit, for some reason, wanted that young girl, well, not young girl, the young lady and the young man, the couple who are outside sightseeing, to come to the Meri Atelier because they followed Bandit. Let's just say they were over here in the park and they were trying to figure out where the cafe was, the bookstore and cafe were. And Bandit happened to be out running around. And he led them over to the Meri Atelier. So let's remember these couple. We don't know their name yet, but I think they might have something to do with this story somehow. I haven't quite figured it out yet. So there's no twist with the list with this story, but I think it was fun to kind of map out, get a general map, a general idea of our fictitious town of Fibsville. And Mina's going to take care of Bandit next week, and Janet's going to do a flag for us, a city flag. Yay! And can I visit your Victorian farmhouse? And Holly says, yes, you can. What is your perfect world like, Holly? Houses will come on the outskirts of town. Yes, they will. My perfect world went down in flames. Well, if you keep it in your heart, Holly, remember that, was it Thomas Edison or Albert Einstein? One of those inventors. I say their studio, but their shop where they did all their inventing went up in flames. But they said it just gives him the chance to start anew, to start fresh. So when your perfect world goes up in flames, just thank God that you had it, or thank goodness that you had it, and start fresh. I have to tell you, my perfect world went up in flames too. But I'm happy with where I am. And, well, I'll get off of the pedestal now. And can I visit your Victorian farmhouse? Yes, you can. You can eat whatever you want and not gain weight. Never get sick and no bad teeth. I've got a small orchard at my place, all the fresh fruit you want. Oh, cool. See, we might get out into that. Right now we're in the center of town, but I love what's going on here. Mina's got an orchard going on behind her house, and Holly is has a is it a bed and breakfast, Holly, or is it just a Victorian house? But whenever you come, you can have as much as you want to eat without gaining weight. I go there any day, and you don't get bad teeth. So maybe we'll do that later. Start planning our fictitious homes in Fibsville. I would have a cottage. But it's not one of those small cottages. No. It's not a 36-room cottage either. It's a cottage style house with a slanty roof, but I got my studio. I've got room for a studio. I've kind of given up on the swimming pool, and I'll take a sunroom instead. But I have to have a fountain. So see, we all have an idea of what our perfect house will be in Fibsville. And it is getting late, and Janet's getting tired. Good night, Janet. Oh, and a huge porch. Yes, Holly, a huge porch, definitely. Good night, Janet. Thank you for all your help tonight. You have a great weekend. With a swing, yes, a porch swing, absolutely. I think I'm going to end it too because it's getting late for me. And Jerry said, Meri, don't stay up too late tonight because you got a Zoom tomorrow. And I promised Jerry that I'd set my alarm for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I need to get to bed too. But thank you for sitting through the doodle swap and the collage pages and everything else that we did. And I did something to my there. So I'm going to call it a night too. Thank you all for coming to Fibsville. And we've just introduced our young couple. We don't know their names yet. We're going to get acquainted with them. For some reason, they showed up in Fibsville for a reason, and Bandit made sure that they found the Meri Atelier. So there's a mystery behind that hasn't been discovered yet. Good night, Sharon. Thanks for coming. The Zoom is at 1 o'clock from 1 to 3 Eastern time. And Jerry will send out another email with the ID number that you need to get in. But if you want to come and you don't find that, you can message me on Facebook. I'll try to check my Facebook messages tomorrow and get you in there. I'll give you an invite. Bandit likes them. Yes, they do. They do, Mina. And there's a reason why Bandit likes them, and I'm not sure why. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Holly. So, welcome to Fibsville. Population 7,488 so far. Some die, some are born, some just come for a visit. Good night. If you have some time this weekend, do some art.